Hello everyone, and welcome back to T90 Titans League. This is the Community Edition, and today I will be only casting players who we haven't seen in the competition yet. There's a whole team of casters who have been working hard. I want to give a shout out to no one in particular, but rather to everyone. Out of all played sets, nearly half have been cast, which is absurd. Like the let me check the stats. Yeah, out of 573 sets, roughly 270 have been cast. The excitement is through the roof. And salut, Van, salut. Bonjour, bienvenue, welcome to the stream, and hello Scout on Twitch as well. Welcome, welcome. I'm back at casting some more of T90 Titan League Community Edition. By the way, for those of you who want my VTuber look and also those who want a better performance in Capture Age, I will be having both back. Both better Capture Age and both VTuber running, because I'm getting a hardware upgrade probably either tomorrow or Thursday. So I'm looking excited to have I want to provide the best experience possible here in my streams. I want things to be as reliable as possible in the software side. Well, me on the human side, and as professional as possible. That is my goal, that is my ambition. But yes, today, even though we have so much coverage, sometimes there are players who slip through the cracks, and for different reasons. Sometimes it's pure coincidence. Sometimes if you're not the highest or the lowest of the brackets, you can be somewhere in the middle and players are like, I want 1200 elo, there's 3 or 4 brackets of that elo, let me go for this one. And then they dodge some players in casting. Or it could be because you're playing your sets late. And that's the first case here. The further sets on the rest of the stream will be lower elo, but Neely only played his first set today at roughly 7 in the morning, my time, and we are going to start with this match, and I think I particularly need to cast this set, because I did meet Neely at Red Bull Wololo, and the first thing I said, I came up to Neely and I was like, hey Neely, I want to cast you. When are you playing your sets? Come on. You're registered in T90 Titans League. I want to see you play. I wasn't that mean. Neil is a great guy. The one who is mean is Bergwin, who is already shouting at Neely and at the players for replay packer related questions. But no, I was very kind. Neely was very kind. It was great to meet everyone. And now I do have the opportunity to cast his set versus Soila Ostia. So 2 players sitting at roughly 2150 elo. This is a high elo set, and let me start by going over the draft while we make some time, wait for people to arrive. The first map that we're going to start will be High Tides, a very competitive map, a hybrid map. Very open in the land, then there's quite a few res for the late game through the south. In the early game, the north is more important. It's a hybrid part of the map, it's where there's water. This is one of the maps I feel like that the higher elo you are, the trickier the map is. So at this level, it's gonna be a test for both of these players and a test for myself to guess how they tackle High Tides. Then Neely picked Seychelles, a very defensive map with a lot of water focus, and Soila Ostia went for the exact opposite. Monocle, a map that is extremely aggressive. Extremely aggressive, lots of reward for expanding, so it is a map that favors open play. If we have a clash of style and Neely prefers close play and Soila Ostia prefers open play, I feel like High Tides is slightly better for Soila Ostia. That said, I do want to say that some of the high elo players, I know how they play. Where if I see T90 play, I know their style. I know neither how Neely plays nor how Soila Ostia plays, so I will be assuming and then learning how they play from their performances in the sets today. In terms of civs, we had Neely banning the Tupi, the Mapuche, the Muisca, so going the Leary route of not wanting to play the DLC civs, and then the Mongols, Goths, and Bulgarians. So banning Mongols because they are Mongols, that's what you do, you ban Mongols, no questions asked. And then Bulgarians and Goths with their great infantry and potential for lames and weird stuff. So Laostia banned Dravidians, Wu, Japanese, Vikings, Malians, and Persians. All solid civs, all civs that are good in hybrid maps like the Japanese, the Wu, the Vikings. So taking away a lot of the water choices from Neely. And let's see what they went for in terms of civs. Neely went for Koreans, who are broken in Empire Wars. Not as broken here, but still very strong. I feel like Koreans are now one of the best civs in the game. Lithuanians, Malay, Byzantines, and Bengalis. So probably something like Lithuanians. I've seen Lithuanians being used on High Tide because Lithuanians are great in hybrid starts with their extra food. And maybe something like Malay for Seychelles and Koreans for Monocle. Koreans could also be for Seychelles. Oh, Korean towers. Seychelles is good for towers and for bombard. So Lithuanians for High Tides, Koreans for Seychelles. And Monocle, maybe Byzantines, Bengalis. Maybe Bengalis. On Soila Ostia side, we have Armenians, Georgians, Huns, Italians, and Wei. Ooh. Huns for Monocle. Italians for Seychelles, and maybe Armenians for High Tide. We'll go map by map. So my first guess would be Lithuanians versus Armenians on High Tide. Let me just say hello to CJ111. Welcome to the stream. And let's hop on to game number 1 because I want to cast. I want to see how they perform. I'm very excited to be bringing you this amazing set of Age of Empires 2. Let's see how the players perform. Welcome everyone to T90 Titans League. This is the Community Edition. And today we have the highest bracket of them all. This is the Obsidian bracket. And we have 2 amazing players facing off against each other. In the left side of the map, playing as the Huns, we have Soldier Boy, aka Soila Ostia, in the yellow color. And in the right side, we have someone who is quite a well-known name in the community. We have none other than Neely AOE commanding the Lithuanians. Let me just check, are audio levels okay? Can you hear capture age? Oh, there it is. A bit low. Oh, no, it's okay, it's okay. And I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. I was correct on the Lithuanians, I wasn't correct on the Huns. First Obsidian game I've been able to watch. I always like watching the Obsidian games. And Lithuanians are great for this map in particular, because a lot of people underestimate how good the extra food is on hybrid maps. It makes it so that your start is more lenient. You can easily go to wood earlier and get your dock established. Gimut and Alex Z Devil, welcome. Hello, going Huns and yellow is quite commendable. Always root for the guy who follows campaign colors. That is true. Yeah, yellow versus red. These are Red Bull colors. These are... Wait, is Red Bull yellow and... No, this is mustard and ketchup color. Red Bull is red and blue, I think. Was just in Red Bull and I already forgot. Neely scouting all the way up here with a sheep. So far, Dark Age is not the place where we can see these players' helos shining. But I'm excited to cast some Obsidian action. Oh, very nice scouting out of the Hun player. Really like the area coverage now going forward. Scout protecting the Veal. Nearly already getting Loom. It's not for the Rhino. It is for the forward Veal. And usually in this map, when players are high-low, they tend to both risk dropping a dock here in the center. It's the most valuable dock. You don't want to play safe. You don't want to start from behind, but the scout is here. Nearly didn't bring the scout forward. And this scout will be annoying. Oh, nice quick wall. Nice quick wall from the get-go. I was like, oh, this scout will be annoying. This was me playing. That villager will be having a horrible time. Yeah, just drop a palisade. It's easy. Oh, villager here. Yeah, was queued to the fish before the dock, but everything is okay. Of course, talking about Civ matchups, the Huns are dangerous. Huns, I feel like nowadays in Age of Empires, Cav archers are in a very dominant position. They have been performing great lately, and Huns are one of the best CA civs. They are tough in terms of walling. It's one of the drawbacks from the Huns, is you don't build houses, you're less walled. But if the map is this open, it's like, yeah, I accept that I won't be walled. That's the mentality. It's like, yeah, I won't be walled. I accept that drawback. Let's just play open style. I have mobility with my scouts and then my CA. I can play an open map. Both of them are going for some fish. And the Lithuanians, of course, have the streamlined game plan of monks to grab relics. Monks will not have the best time versus the CA. Neither will they have a good time versus the scouts that the Huns will probably produce. So monks will not be a viable choice for anything but healing knights and grabbing relics. Lithuanians do have better trash, and faster moving skirms are a valuable resource versus the CA. CA, as I said, extremely dominant. There's two popular counters to CA, Siege and Skirms. Lithuanians with their faster moving skirms will have an easier time. We have some scout on scout action, trying to use the heal. I think that's better for Neely right now. No overcommitment, just a few pokes. And let me just check the upgrades. Lacking infantry. Oh wow! You can just garrison the fishing ship to fire at the Vil. Right? I think he could have, but maybe he thinks it's more important to have the... Either nearly forgot, or he thinks it's more important to have the working time of the fishing ships. And hello, Dizzy! Welcome, welcome! We do have... Oh, Soldier Boy. No, that's the wrong side. Just... Oh, the dice. No. One villager down, first kill of the game. Nearly draws first blood. And we see Hulks on the way for both players. And hello, Dizzy. Hope you're having a wonderful time. What do they have? Archer versus Archer. Probably skirms out of the Lithuanians. And the Huns probably going to get some archers, some skirms. And later on, this is already set up for Cav archers. Oh, you can park the Hulk under the dock for melee range, but probably doesn't want to take the one-on-one. Wants to group up with the second Hulk. And this is 2 versus 1, so Neely should win any engagement. We see skirms and spears versus archers. Oh, so Neely is the one going for archers. In terms of eco, everything is balanced. Double BRX is now coming in for Soldier Boy, Neely grabbing Town Watch, making the fence easier with a higher visibility. Going to add a second dock, probably. Yes. And that's some more shorefish to add this. Nice. Man, players at this elo, you don't even need to ask, are they watching? They see everything that's happening on the screen, at least for now. This is first match. Energies are fresh. The more this goes, Neely did have a little bit of idle TC time creeping up. He's lacking some food in his balance. Oh, and nice, the galley there supporting the Hulks. Water control is for Neely. Duo Katie in favor of Neely. Now harassing the fishing ship with a galley. Fletching on the way, horse collar for Soldier Boy. Oh, nice snipe there. So far, and these sets can swing wildly, but so far Neely feels like he's the more comfortable player. Already 3-0. And KD maybe committing a little bit too much to water. We'll see how things pan out. Getting fletching now, so that will help those galleys in their engagements. Not a lot of action on land. Getting some preemptive walls out of Neely. Soldier Boy, aka Soy La Hostia. And yeah, these are two civs that have a very solid game plan. Lithuanians, you want to secure the relics to improve your knight's performance. Huns, you just reach the point where you can CA spam and you CA spam. It's just how strong can you get there? Can you buy enough time to start getting that mess, to start getting that snowball? Oh, nice pick here from Neely. Huns in Suns, exactly. 5-0 KD. So Neely definitely happy with the start here to the set. And match number 1, map 1, is so important in a play all 3, in a best of 5, whatever the setting is. Because these players, look at how close they are in elo. The elo gap is 3. They are in the 2000s elo, and the difference between the two of them is 3 elo. And getting the mental edge of I'm the better player, I won map number 1 is great. Neely is losing a lot of his advantage here. And also losing some units here. So 2 engagements at the same time, and the KD has just been neutralized, and this army will be hard to stop. We see some desperation palisades. Neely having to focus on water, having to focus on the land. Hasn't lost a single eco unit yet, but lost a lot of the land army, and this is 6 military units. That's hard to... No, it's not. It's 7. Not 6, it was 7. That's the number that's tricky to stop, and Neely's eco does not look that good in terms of castle age timing. He's floating a lot of gold, his eco is a little bit out of balance. Huns will be way faster to castle age, and that means they can start snowballing those CA sooner. Neely fighting here with some of his skirms. He does have fletching and armor. Let's not forget, for however rusty Neely might be, he's still an all-time great player. Yes, yes, yes! He is. Like, he's over 2k elo. Like, and that's the thing also. I never forget the fact that he's playing against another 2.1k elo. So, if either of these players gets stomped 3-0, I luckily have no spoilers for this set. If either player gets stomped 3-0, it doesn't mean that they're bad. They're both playing against a very good player. That's all it means. 10 to 10 KD. Res collected are even. And Neely really needed the market up earlier. That was the main problem here. He needs to balance out that eco. You hate to be forced to use the market, but he needs the castle age. And he's going to be frustrated with... he is winning on water. That is a great advantage. We were focusing here on this land battle, and he's behind in castle age, so 2 things going against Neely. Things going for Neely. He's playing Lithuanians. He can go knights. His opponent's economy will be completely open. We see crossbowman, so not a CA switch yet. We will have crossbowman first. And I remember, I don't know who it was, in Red Bull Wololo, someone who was, like, sitting with me, maybe it was Orico? I think it was Orico, who was screaming at Huns never building CA. I don't remember which match it was. There was a player playing Huns that never built a single CA. But we see the crossbowman here pressuring. He already has some crossbowmen, so it's easier to add to the original mess, and he's not going to retake water. So Neely has the commanding eco lead for now. He will have to... Oh, there's a hole there. Oh, that's a rough hole. The timing is horrible. That was such a rough hole. An overchopping the wood line. And he needed a little bit of time. If that was walled, Neely would have that time. So this is... Soldier Boy managed to find the window that he needed, and there's even knights here on the field now. And they will be very happy to have that open venue. Without CAs, nothing. Yeah. Yeah, the knight is here already. That hole there is so bad for Neely. Sometimes these small mistakes can be inconsequential. Yeah, this is a big moment in the match. And the villagers are here all exposed. Neely adds his own knight now, will help massively in the defense. Needs to do his best at mitigating the damage he's taking. 5 villagers down, that's... Yeah, 5 down, 6 down. Crossbowmen are so happy to take this engagement. 7, 8. Neely still has a water going for him. If not, this will be a game ending move. Neely is now fighting uphill, but he's counter-raiding. He took damage, but he's also dealing damage, and these raids are important. Not only are you dealing damage, you're also gaining information. You're knowing how many TCs your opponent has, and you know that the CA switch is in. And that's the thing, by Soldier Boy causing all of this damage, he delayed Neely's economical snowball and unit progression. And that means that he has more time to now snowball his PA numbers. Neely full control of the water. Yeah. Nice vision. A little bit behind in eco now. And okay, and grabbing the relics. This is being... Yeah, this is... I like casting this Hilo because... Players play well. Oh, nice back... nice back stable here out of Neely. Later on, if this gets forgotten, it can cause some annoyances. And hello, Arvays. And hello, Roadrunner86. Welcome, welcome. Who is this red player? I don't know, I don't know. I think he was dressed up like a jester or something. Who tries to... Oh, nice dance there. Saving those knights. Neely's gonna be happy. I mean, there's so many CA on the field now. And now this is starting to reach critical mass. And knights are not a good answer to CA. Because CA can just out-micro the knights, and at these elo players do micro. You need skirms and you need to upgrade them. Are they already elite skirms? They are so fast. Yeah, they are elite skirms. They are Lithuanian elite skirms. You need to up those numbers. I think you need to... You have a lot of food and wood. I would add a second archery range. Grabbing all the relics? 3 relics out of Neely. So he's going to be a happy Lithuanian. Yeah, here's number 4 and number 5. I think 4... Yeah, 4 is the cap for Lithuanian bonus damage. But the CA are here. The skirms are also there, mitigating that damage. You don't want to start getting raided by the CA. The problem is that Soldier Boy's economy is snowballing ahead. That monk was probably queued and the relic is now gone, so the monk is auto going back. So he dodges the crossbowman. Yeah, that's a lot of CA. Skirms are a good counter to CA though. There's Soldier Boy does have ballistics, Neely doesn't, and that's rough versus CA. Fighting CA without ballistics is rough, and this is what you want as Neely. You want to try to get your skirms to dwindle down the CA numbers and get raids with the knights. You don't want to go to a head-on battle against the CA with your knights. 4th TC going up for Neely. This crossbowman will find a little bit of annoying damage. That moves the crossbowman close before starting to fire. CAR here, where's the skirms? Are the skirms out of position? Skirms are forward. Oof, and walling this will be hard. Ooh, the skirms are not home. You need to use those DCs defensively. You need to mitigate as much damage as possible. This will be hard to deal with. Monks don't have a great time versus the CA, and that's the thing. Skirms in numbers of 1 or 2, the CA can just pick their engagements. Yeah, the numbers and the eco are in Soldier Boy's way, and I think I like the table they're building a single knight. I think Neely is starting to be out of the game now. He had a better start, then things were a little bit rough, then he was fighting an uphill battle, and I think what cost Neely the game was that overchop there. Because we've seen that Soldier Boy has been snowballing leads in Castle Age, and I think it all started with that hole there. I think Neely is probably going to lose this, and it was because of that hole there. That was the main culprit. If not for that hole, he would be in a superb position. Can Neely blame Neely? The eternal question. Yeah, and oof, that's a castle. That's a get out of my game castle. The TC goes up, so he relocates the castle a little bit. That's a great castle placement. When you're ahead, your castles should look like this. If you're behind, they shouldn't. If you're ahead, you want to become more ahead. Nice reactions here for Soldier Boy. Nice reaction from Neely deleting the knights to not get converted. And GG's called. GG, well played. And I think, honestly, Neely had a better opening. Then there was that moment where Soldier Boy caught up. I think it was that hole there that cost Neely the game. Age of Empires can be such a cruel game. Just to show for those of you who arrived later, this moment here. Neely was later to Castle Age. He was ahead in eco. He could start snowballing like, okay, your opponent was earlier to Castle Age, he's adding TCs, you could add your own TCs later on and start snowballing. But this hole here made it so that Neely's 30 seconds were really rough, and he lost like 8 villagers here, and I think that's what slowed down Neely for the rest of the game. That's why he was behind in all of Castle Age. It was from this moment here that he was already a little bit behind in timings, but absolutely okay. This moment, the knight getting into the eco and everything, I think this is what decided this match. And it's not only the damage, it's like villagers aren't working, worker efficiency dwindles to 50%. And in this moment here, this is when Soldier Boy now can do the CA transition completely unpunished. Yeah, this was the game right here. Well played from both of them. And of course we can say that this is a mistake by Neely, but at the same time it's a well played by Soldier Boy, because this wouldn't be a mistake if Soldier Boy didn't find it, if Soldier Boy wasn't using that army to pressure and to find damage. So Neely did have a weakness, and Soldier Boy played well in exploiting it. So even though Neely won water, at the end of the day, it wasn't enough. GG, match number 1 goes to Soldier Boy, aka Soy La Hostia. It is the classic that we casters sometimes suffer with, that players have one name in the in-game name, then another name in the drafts and things like that. I do apologize, but it is outside of my control. I cannot decide the names for the players. I cannot establish rules. That's our base's job, not mine to establish rules. And Neely's as well. But let's go to the next one. Okay, let me update the drafts first, and then let me try to guess what they are going for. Let's play. If Neely was winning, I would do a lot of blame Neely jokes. I never like to do jokes about the player who is behind in the set, so I won't do blame Neely jokes for now at least. If he does a comeback, I can do a lot of blame Neely jokes. But we had the Huns winning against the Lithuanians. And now we're probably going to move to Seychelles. And I'm expecting Koreans. With that logic, we can never make jokes about this Yopeg win. That's a good one. So true, so true. But we're moving on to Seychelles next. I think Neely will pick his home map. And I'm expecting Koreans versus Armenians. No, versus Italians. Italians versus Koreans. That's what I'm expecting. Let me load up the match here. Professional caster. I always feel like I know something about Age of Empires when I guess the thieves correctly. Hello everyone, and welcome back to T90 Titans League Community Edition, the Obsidian bracket, the highest bracket of them all. And this is Seychelles in the left side of the map. Playing as the Italians, we have Soldier Boy, who is winning 1-0 in this set against Neely, who is commanding the Koreans in the red color. Koreans, like in my mind, they have everything to be superb in this map. What is good in this map? Towers. Koreans, great towers. What is good in this map? Navy. Koreans have great navy. Like, Archer play and Skirm play is good as well. Stone miners, I mean, castles are good for map control. You can get Yopjeong later on. I think Koreans are one of the best thieves here. What is the sieve that has the unique tower tech that they have passed through damage? Because we've seen a lot of Seychelles maps decided by towers. So Portuguese are also good here with cannon tower spam and feitorias and things like that. And I wonder, because this map can go to 2 or 3 hours matches, I wonder if we'll see here that happening in the high lows or not. Of course, I think Koreans are better here. I think Italians are a superb sieve in almost all water maps. I just think in this particular water map, Koreans are slightly better. But let's not count out the Italians. Italians are a great sieve overall. Not only in this map, like in general. Even better where there's water involved. And they have cheaper dock tags, cheaper university tags. They have cheaper feudal age, cheaper castle age, cheaper everything. They have great cavalry, great gunpowder, great tech tree, great navy, cheaper fishing chips. So there's a whole load of bonuses helping the Italians here as well. Oh, it's the Georgians. So maybe Georgians could have been a pick for this map, because I've seen those towers do a lot of damage. This is probably the map where I've seen, even more than castles, I've seen a lot of matches being won or lost because of towers in this map. Which is something, I feel like towers are making a comeback, but not in how they used to be. I think there was a time, this is my analysis as what I see, not as a professional or expert. There was a time where we saw a lot of towers, tower drops, tower shenanigans. Now we are seeing a lot of towers being played as towers. I know, shocking, right? Like, you had a tower here in your defense, a tower defending your wood, a tower defending your gold, a tower defending your stone. Then you start creeping forward with towers. I think we've been seeing quite a lot of that. Now, Soldier Boy adds a dock here and nearly almost spots it, but doesn't. And, ooh, symmetrical. Almost. Symmetrical docking. Of course, Italians have a slight edge for now in that boom because of the cheaper fishing ships. But it's just a slight edge. It's not in game defining for now. Koreans do have warships cost less 20% and ranged soldiers and infantry cost less 50% wood. Yeah, the wood discount is also a great Korean bonus. And yeah, the sieve with the most free technologies in the entire game. Getting 6 free technologies. The 3 tower upgrades and the archer armor. It's definitely Georgian towers. Ah, okay. That have pass-through damage. I've seen them be quite strong in this map. Those Georgian towers. And thank you for looking it up, because in the middle of casting, it could be... It's sometimes wonky and tricky. I don't want to break the flow. Let's see if the map is bugged. It isn't, because this was the map that was bugged the other day, right? Or was it another one? I heard reports of Addictive Me playing a bugged map. I also saw some holes, weird holes in Quarry. Yeah, I heard there was a bug. Yeah. R-Basin and TOS, you need to get back on. Get back on your work. Need to sit down with a laptop once again and fix all the bugs. Just joke, you already do so much for the community and attorneys and the event. Now we're good. Nice. Oh, hello, Elysium Gaming. Hello, Zelda. Welcome. We are at the calm before the storms. I want to see so many things from that game. Turtles Yopseong, Turtles Pyrotechnia. Oh yeah, Pyrotechnia. I always forget that Italians now have Pyrotechnia. Hand Cannoneers dealing pass-through damage. Yeah, Pavis, the former unique tech, is now just a sieve bonus. Giving +1 melee and pierce armor to foot archers and condottieri. Pavis is now just a sieve bonus, and the unique tech is Pyrotechnia, which makes their hand cannoneers some of the best in the game. But we do see that maybe this won't reach Imp. We see some... Is that scouted? No. An unscouted forward barracks, and I wonder if that's barracks to then drop an archery range. Yes. So we have forward military production. As I said, from the draft, it felt like Neely was more the defensive player and Soldier Boy more the open map player. If you are playing a map in a style that you don't enjoy, break it. Like, if you're playing Coast Arena and you don't like to play closed maps, there's water. If you don't want to go late game, add 2 archery ranges in your opponent's face, and you won't go for the late game boom. You either win or you lose. Oh, altered the layout. But you won't go super late game with this. I mean, could still go super late game, but this is a I want a fast game kind of build. Neely, once again, the idle DC time has been Neely's main flaw in these games. Yeah, make it messy. Scouts there, and the scouts going down, that's good for Soldier Boy. He lost his scout, but he's the one who doesn't want to get scouted. He doesn't care about scouting Neely now, he just wants not to be seen. He wants to mass as many troops as possible before being spotted. And Neely, with a good pathing, good sense, now sees all of those flags right in his face. We see no reaction yet. Will we see a tower being plopped down? We see evacuation. Not... And a tower. Nice! Called it! Towers are now good and you are playing Koreans. Scouting that was so massive. And I think Soldier Boy didn't notice that he was scouted. Because if you notice that you're scouted, you go right away. You don't wait a second longer. You're giving Neely time to prepare a defense. That's a lot of troops. One villager gets walled off in the wrong side of the wall. The dark side of the moon. Nice walling there. These... Ooh, great walling. This makes such a difference, being able to wall like this fast. Neely! Yes! Hello, Chipmunk! Today I'm focusing on players who have not been cast yet, and Neely is one of them. But Neely did arrive forward here with some army. Scout and two troops, so just a little bit of pressure. Oh, was there a hole? Wait. Let me just rewind. Let's see here first. Okay, just some annoying villagers fight back. Oh, I thought Neely was here. I mean, he is as a wreck. Hello. Yeah, this is very high elo. There's a gap. There's... Neely. Why do all of your walls have gaps? Previous game, if you weren't here, Neely lost to a hole in a wall. And now we see Return of the Hole. Next patch, we're going to have holes in the wall fixed. Damn, that's so much pressure. If that was not hold. If that was walled, Soldier Boy is getting all the return he wants from his attack. If that was walled, like Neely could drop a second tower here, then he has the 2 towers. That's a Lord of the Ring references, so it's stronger than 1. Now Neely's economy is not working. He's causing a little bit of damage here. That's the... Oh, but gets walled in and other villagers... Oof. The villagers can now make quick work of that. And Neely still has a small army in his back to deal with. His tower is now useless. And at least he wall plugged the hole. Yeah, walling on the hills. Getting some small walls in. It wasn't like... That's the thing. This isn't game ending level of damage. But in the previous game, it was also not immediate game ending. It's just that now, Neely has a harder life than Soldier Boy. And things start snowballing quite fast in Age of Empires. Especially at this elo. Players make so few mistakes that if one player makes mistakes and loses a lot of troops and the other doesn't, that's how a lot of these high elo games are decided. That said, I think Neely, the fact that he's getting not only food but also gold there from the center, he's playing the water better. But that's what happened in the previous map and it wasn't enough. Let's see how things go. And as in the previous map, Soldier Boy had a better economy for Castle Age and he's the first one to click to Castle. We are seeing a repeat. It's amazing how players, after reaching 2000 elo and things like that, are so coherent in their styles. And hello, Junken! Welcome, welcome! At 4 AM from Japan. We're watching some high-level plays here. Nearly... doesn't have enough numbers, and that's the +1 archer armor from the Italians. Any other Civ would lose those to one single volley, walking in with confidence. But the Koreans do have the free armor upgrades. High level archer throw. Nearly now clicks up. This is not game losing time difference. Oh, I was about to say that is huge out of Neely, Because knights will soon be on the field. Italian knights. Italians have great cavalry. And Nili needs to buy time. We do see no stables. So, just more archers. The problem with archers is that I'm an archer player. I hate playing against the Koreans. The fact that they have free armor upgrades on their skirms makes it so that once Castle Age is reached, those cheap skirms, like with discounted extra armor for free and everything, you do not want to play archers versus the Koreans. Yeah, Gimut called Italian Knights. And we see University, so that's a double commitment onto archers. University, is there a hole there? No hole. There's a hole there! No. Okay, I'm getting too excited. Okay. And those upgrades, those towers, touch armor will arrive once next stage is reached. For free. Getting horse collar and gold mining, that's a good timing to get them. Castle Age is here, so this tower is now a guard tower. The crossbows are in, but the skirms could melt them. Oh, getting both fishing tech. Yeah, and your Italians, your university techs are cheaper than your dock techs, so grab them. Crossbowman? Okay, Elite Skirm I think is more important than Crossbowman here. A little bit of Vance. And this is one player with ballistics versus a player without ballistics. That makes a difference. Elite Skirm will soon be here. So this army is now obsolete. Jack Warrior! Hello, Mr. Streamers who streams about imaginary holes. This has been quite a wholesome set so far. Yeah, look at how tanky those skirms are now. And walking the opponent's face to mitigate the effects of micro. Soldier Boy does have some ulks there doing pressure. His army gets cleared up and we are now in a reset. After all that pressure, after everything that happened, things have slowed down. Can you scream about turtles? Where are the turtles? The turtle has no enemies. It's a turtle in the center pond. It's a lonely turtle. Nice use of those crossbows. Yeah, turtle, go. I like how the new turtles literally are like that meme of random bullshit go. They just throw everything. You want a cannonball? You want some small arrows? What do you want? I throw everything at you. And I think Nili should get another... Yeah, Italians have cheaper ream. I saw Gimut's call and I completely agree. Sell some food. Ooh, he does the opposite. Pot, wood. Yeah, I will just sell some wood and food and even sell the stone and go fast team. He's getting pressure though. Nili using his surviving army now and causing a lot of damage. He has ballistics. Nili with a comeback in land. So I no longer like the Imperial Age play. Because that's a lot of damage. And Nili was taking a lot of damage while always being secure on water. Soldier Boy doesn't have that much of a water economy. He has some, but not as much. And we're reaching the state of the game where I should have like 6 eyes and 4 monitors. Because at this elo, players start going for action everywhere. Nili picks off another villager, 1414 Eco KD. So despite the early damage that Nili took with that hole and everything, we are now even for the KD. Both of these civs are superb in late game. But I slightly prefer the Italians in this map. Those skirms there causing some damage. This is a thorn in Nili's side. He probably wants to castle this. 15 bracer plus chemistry crossbows will do a lot of damage through. If I'm Nili, I will get rid of for a castle or a TC here to secure it. And we do not see a lot of battle over water. We see the one turtle here. Yeah, these are an upgraded galleys, just have a Balkan arrow. And Italians are on the way to him. A defensive mango. And yes, if they get Arb, chemistry, bracer, he will be very strong. This turtle ship will have the time of its life. Just finding some damage here and there. That's like... New water is rock, paper, scissors. Turtle ship is playing gun. It's like rock, paper, scissors, shotgun. I counter everything. Yeah, Nili could also click up soon. He has a very... This time, it's the best we've seen out of Nili's economy. Very well rounded. And I think he's going to click right away. Yes. So, a minute and a half. Difference in timing, it's not that significant. It is significant, but if there were two castles face to face, 1.5 minutes would be an eternity. Since there's no heated moment, I think this difference will be fine for Nili. Turtle ship is playing gun. Yeah, the Luchan are playing nuclear bomb. Aren't those the ones that Hera was converting in match 8 of Red Bull Wololo? And now we've used Hulks, we used Galley, we used Fire, we are still losing. Yes, it was 6 kills. Like, so much Navy was necessary. The turtle ship does go down. And we see Thumb Ring. Hormuz. Waterman. And I love this castle here. I called it that Nili needed a castle here. Because this castle secures your gold, secures your stone. It's great now to clean this up. And it's going to be great in the entire rest of the game. If this castle goes up, the only thing that's needed now is a little bit of military control. It's a castle that's great for the immediate moment, and it's great for the future. Into a Loch Ness mess. Exactly, CJ. The final match of the tourney. Where both players were extremely exhausted and just trying to survive the match. They did so many mistakes that are not common for either of them. Because they were so exhausted after that game 7. This castle going up would be so important if Nili had more villagers there, but right now the castle is working against Nili. It's forcing an engagement when Nili doesn't want. I wonder if dropping a tower would have been better. Because these are now keeps. These are amazing towers. We see chemistry on the way. Medium warships. That's the thing. You don't need medium warships when you can just add turtle ships. These are still crossbows, no arb. Chemistry on the way. Both are quite even in eco. Nili is winning on water just because of turtle ships alone. And he has a keep there. That's a great keep. And now you've bought enough space Oh, the rocket cart also helps. Yeah, now you finish the castle. I really like Neely's position here. Soldier Boy is floating quite a lot of gold. Elite turtle ship on the way. Arrow slits. What does arrow slits do? I don't remember seeing that tech. Elite turtles, yes. I want to see him be the boat being transformed. I love the update where they made it so that all elite units have unique looks. Was a superb update. Behold! It has yellow! Yeah, this position is getting cleared up by the castle. Heavy warships on the way. And cannon galleon in the center. War galley. That's one ugly golden tech. I was also, because sometimes they get like more blocky or something. I tried to not show how underwhelmed I was by that elite upgrade. Here I am hyping up. Yeah, elite, let's go. Oh, +3 attack for keeps. Okay, thank you, CJ. And we see those keeps being added. Cannon galleons on the water. And some galleons as well. Oh, that's... wait, when did this army get here? Probably just walked in, because Neely is getting a lot of map control, and that's the power of Koreans. You creep up on map control, and then that's a great engagement. He cleaned up the army there in the bottom, and bought safety with the castle. Now he can just focus on the north side of the map, and push with these land pushes. But that's a lot of fast fire ships. And they melt docks. Like, it's no joke. The tower there. And we have heated shot. That will be great on this map. And having a clump of units walking right next to a siege workshop. Oh, we see a hair-like moment, and then the bombards clean it up. That's the thing. The Neely is playing. Yes. This is no other Neely but the Neely. I mean, I'm TheNando, and there's the Viper. Neely doesn't have the in the name. But yes, this is the famous Neely. Wait, the towers? Range cannon galleons? 13? Wow, they need to be upgraded to elite cannon galleons. Is Yopseong-in? It is. That's why the towers can range. Demos right now, it is sad, but demos are kind of bad right now. And with elite they have +2 upgrades, so now the cannon guns can range the keeps. It is said to not see demos, but I feel like any player building a demo would be a mistake. I've only seen demos perform well against mangonels. And now Neely really needs to win this water. Adding a lot of stables, so stabilizing his military production. Will probably go for some light cav raids on the economy. And we see a massive engagement here. The Carracks are taking the fires with galleons attacking from the back. But oh, Carracks counter fires, they should. Feels like demo the 2 UI side. Wait, it's Carracks? Yeah, Carracks counter fires, exactly. But more unit counter less unit. We see light cav on the way, forging. Do Koreans have hussars? They do. So Neely kinda not focusing that much on the water. He's like, okay, I bought a little bit of time. Now I need to cause damage in some other way. Water is not going well for me. That once they get in range of the towers, look at how fast everything is melting to the towers. That one single keep dealt so much damage. And Neely just needs to take down those cannon galleons because the keep will take care of everything. That keep is insane. 10 kills. A demo. That tower there just cleaned up Soldier Boy's entire navy. Yeah, rebuild those keeps, Neely. Even though you lost some of them, they were worth it. One time I joked about Tommy's career in Hussars, and now every pro game I've seen him has them. I mean, Hussars are always a good unit. If what the one thing I've learned from Harry is that Hussars are good. And the thing about towers is that after you build them, you don't have to micro them. They're very easy to micro. You just leave them and they do their thing. What he needs to micro is against these elite cannon galleons with some navy of his own. The bombard cannons do not outrange the towers. I'd rather have 20 light cap than 10 hussars with full armor. True. Can he target the bombards with the towers? Maybe it's just like a micro. And Neil is rebooming on water. He does have better res collected. None of the players have moved. Okay, Neely has moved to the islands. That's another thing that makes the micro on Seychelles trickier. Is that once you start running out of res, there's a lot of res on those islands, and you need to grab those res. The hussars are here. The hussars are falling, and now these ships are once again in tower range. GG's called. Maybe because of the hussar rate? That's a weird GG. I mean, Nearly did still have a lot of bang. Because I was like, your win condition is that those keeps cost stone? And Nearly will run out of stone. Yeah, a bit surprised. Like, Nearly only have 3 pop lead. I understand it, and sometimes maybe Soldier Boy was running out of steam, was getting frustrated. Maybe this is not his playstyle. And he's like, okay, let me just go next. I'm going to win the next map. But GG. And I do think Koreans were the best thief here. I still think this was an early GG. Yeah, maybe felt like the game was... There's still some wood here. Maybe didn't want to... Stalemate. The middle is yellow. True. Yellow is winning the mid, and... like, his Italians, if he goes for hussar rates, his hussars are better than Nilly's. I mean, they would have to deal with the towers and everything, but Italians have great late game options. But as I said, sometimes it's about the mental. You're playing a play all 3. And sometimes you're like, okay, I'm not going to win this. I'm tired of this match. Let me go to the next one and win it 2-1. Like, at the end of the day, the players know better than us, like how they are feeling, how the set is going. Maybe he was like frustrated with snowballing hussars, and he saw the writing on the wall, and he's like, okay, things are getting worse and worse. There were some fights here on the outer ring as well. He saw his 145 pop, maybe saw the score and thought nearly was at 200. GG, nonetheless. And yeah, the power of towers and keeps. Koreans are such a good civ in this map. Any civ with good towers is good in this map. Towers and navy. A lot of people think navy for this map. Think towers as well when you are drafting, in my opinion. Let's go back to captain's mode. Score has been updated. Let me update the draft. And we have Seychelles going funnily. His first victory in TTLC. You saw it here live at the Nando's channel. And we had the Italians fallen. And now we have Monocle. Who do you go for in Monocle? Georgians versus Bengalis? Question mark? Oh, I like how I did something and the chat there is frozen with Huns without CA. No Huns, I don't know. Why is that? Ah, okay. No, but yeah, GG, and we have, it's not a 3-0 stomp. We have a set on our hands. So let me get ready for map number 3. My guess was Bengalis. Byzantines could also be an option, but no, I'm going to lock in Bengalis versus Georgians for my guess. There's Nile. Ooh. Got both wrong. Welcome to the deciding match in this playoff 3. This is T90 Titans League, the Community Edition, the Obsidian bracket, the highest bracket of them all. We are playing in Monocle, and in the left side of the map, in the red color, we have Neely leading the Malay. And in the right side, we have Soldier Boy commanding the Armenians. Did you remove the channel option where we can pay to receive one? Maybe I did, but I will add it back, Timut. Sometimes, okay, context behind the scenes when it comes to streamer stuff. Maybe I had one event and I was like, okay, in this particular event, it's bad if people redeem that during the event, and I disabled it and then I forgot to re-enable it. I will do it later, probably after the stream. And thank you for warning me. And this is Monocle, a map where it's not an easy map to play. And it's a map that if you fall back, doing a comeback is so hard in this map. It's really about snowballing advantages. It's a map where map control grants you a lot of immediate rewards. You get access to so much shorefish, and shorefish is one of the best rewards you can get from map control. And Soldier Boy is already working on that shorefish. He's still in the center. And okay, Malay, they do have 3 infantry armor. They have faster H-ups, so they can go for some crazy timings. They can go for karambits. Yeah, Malay, I don't think they are particularly strong in this map. I think Malay are just a strong civ overall. I think Malay are a good civ in all maps. Why is he dancing so much with that gear? I think Malay are strong in all maps, but they don't have any specific bonus for this one. I think they are still a solid choice. Armenians, on the other hand, no, they are the. I was like, they are the militia line and spearman upgrades earlier, so infantry is quite strong in this map. Malay do have the free infantry armor upgrade, but Armenian infantry is really strong. With the upgrades 1 age earlier, Armenians can snowball advantages in the feudal age. And this is a map, like maps where a lot of your eco is under the TC. you won't gain a lot of lead in the Feudal Age, even if you have a super Feudal Age. When your eco is forced to expand, when your bloodlines are exposed, then feudal pressure can start snowballing. And I'm afraid of what Soldier Boy may do with the Armenians here. And hello, Go Noob, this map is more like the Goban. It is! It is a ghost stone. And this is a match, I'm commenting on matches today, and this is a match between two very experienced players. Top 200 maybe? I don't have the charts at hand. Is this low enough to be top 100? I don't think so. I think it's top 200. But I'm not sure. I don't have the data here at hand. Either way, Neely is a legend in the community, and Soldier Boy is someone who I don't know, but he's a very solid and strong player. We see barracks. We see Feudal Age clicked, and will we see Militia queued up now? Yeah, Militia queued up as soon as he got res. 18 villager pop up, he needs a house. Soon. Will he get housed? This is what always... I'm surprised, because this is what happens in every single one of my games. And I was not expecting to see this happen at the higher elo. I always get housed when I'm going for militia rushes. Always. Because I'm not used to it. Or for example, I played with the Slavs for a while and then your barracks is your house. But I understand the pain that Soldier Boy just felt. Nearly adding his own militia. So he will not be defenseless. However, Soldier Boy's militia are more in numbers and can be more upgraded in Feudal Age. He has access to longswordmen in the Feudal Age. Armenians, I think a lot of players forget how strong Armenians are in infantry only maps. I mean, this isn't infantry only, but it is a map where infantry dominates. It is funny because I feel like that's something that wouldn't be a thing before the infantry update. You wouldn't have something as an infantry map. And now we clearly do have infantry maps. Once Man at Arms goes in, then you can no longer engage. You only get housed when you go for militia, you say. Why not just get housed always? Yes, Zelda. Looks aside that hurts when you want the early print. It does hurt. We do see the archery range now. We see Man at Arms to match the Man at Arms upgrade. We see arson to help melt the buildings. And Neely probably going for the counter pressure with his own Man at Arms. And then going to drop our archery range with archers for defense. Will that be fast enough? Oh, those are stone walls. And they were fast enough. Yeah, just a few stone walls can be decisive pressure. And Neely finds the damage. He's already causing idle economy. He's ahead in villagers because of the... Huh? What happened? Why did CJ's messages just... Okay, I need to check that a bit later. Okay, let me just focus on the match for now. The tower goes up, it's getting repaired. Yeah, Kratos, I think you misclicked. And you... Okay, I'm going to pause the match just for a second. I do apologize. I think you misclicked, Kratos. And you... How do I undo that? You yeeted the chatter with a misclick, Kratos. DJ, can you try typing if you're still there? Okay, I'm going to resume the match. I think I fixed it. I think one of my mods is probably watching on phone and misclicked. I hope you can type. But okay, the tower is getting pressured, and that's a lot of resources going into repairs, but you should try to keep that tower up. Double BDX. Oh, CJ, you can type. Yeah, and I do apologize. I know Credantost and I know it wasn't intentional. And mod. Yeah, now more numbers counter less numbers, but at least you bought yourself time. Nice. Scout goes down, Scout goes down. Neil is buying time to counter the pressure. Sorry about pausing the map and the match and everything. We have 3 archers now. 3 archers starts being enough to counter a lot of that militia pressure. Soldier Boy adding his own archers. So they are playing the same style. Longswordsman is the one thing Nearly can't match. Yeah, already causing some idle time there. There's a lot of army there on the way. No, Nearly gotta run. Oof, Nearly gets cleared up there. 4-2, and now these are longswordsmen. Only Sieve that can get them in the feudal age, the Armenians. Oh, nice target there. Sometimes it's hard to find damage. Ooh, taking down that mill. It is an expensive investment. But the thing about this map in particular is that you can find a lot of return on investment. There's a lot of targets always in this map. Nearly doing good pressure there. The tower helps with the archers. Nice micro there with the villagers. The longswordsman though will melt those villagers. Only 1 went down. Okay, 2. Okay, a lot more. 5 villagers went down. He wanted to garrison him in the tower, I think, but the tower was already full. That's rough. 6 went down. Only 5, yeah. And now Neely's playing from behind again. None of the players are geared up to Castle Age yet. They both had to invest in towers, had to invest in defenses. But I think they are starting to think about it. Wait, Soldier Boy, what happened to his army? Probably lost into the archers and everything. Yeah, 10-10 in army KD. Just that Neely lost a lot of villagers. And Neely's attack didn't find a single villager worth of damage. Oh! No, even that one! Neely takes down a villager! Neely! Neely still ahead in res collected. And Soldier Boy using the market. Neely can be the first one. Neely will be the first one to castle for the first time. And that's a Malay castle age. So that will arrive super fast. And that can be Neely's window. If he gets crossbowman here... Oh, those are... I thought those were Neely's. If he gets crossbowman here in a great timing... Yeah, 1 minute 30 for castle. His eco is not looking great though. He needs to mess up some archers. Okay, 4 archers already. Soldier Boy wants to click as well. Probably saw the score fluctuation. But won't be... Nearly trying to find some more damage. Nice walls from Soldier Boy. Mitigating all of that possible damage. Nearly can just focus the tower now. There's no villagers to repair it this time around. There are some archers though. And Neely will be 2 minutes earlier. to Castle Age. With where's the rest of the archers? Neil, where are your archers? Oh, here they are. I was like, did Neil throw them away? The thing is that Soldier Boy has a much better eco position right now. Nearly getting Balkan Arrow and Crossbow. Once those are in, then he can start damaging the long swords. Oh, there's a hole there. But the TC stops the damage from snowballing. Will nearly add a university. I would like to see a university here. Yes, let's go, Nilly! We'll find here some villager damage. And now he's evening out the vill count. This is a great game. Like, both players, this has been non-stop action. Nearly also finds some more villagers here. Now Soldier, like, just 2 minutes ago, Nearly was in a horrible position. Because of his castle age timing, now he's dealing some severe damage. He needs to keep those units alive. Getting padded archer armor now. Oh, the fortified churches. Those will make it so that Soldier Boy has a lot less pressure. Those are such good defensive buildings. Especially against the crossbows. Ballistics on the way. University looks so cool in theory, but in practice. Yes, the place where nightmares are forged. I know, I have a PhD. I know how horrible universities are. Longswordsman, ballistics. Warrior priest started. Look at this mess of an eco. He's just, I've just been raided and my eco is still fumbling to each other. Will Nearly do something like he doesn't have any other on-senders? Will this be like a fast imp or something? Out of the melee? I wonder what's the plan here. Both of them have quite a lot of exposed eco still. All of these villagers, if those crossbowmen went there, they would find so much damage. Rush hour on gold spot, yeah. Oh. Still some nice finds. Oh, but Soldier Boy is now on the other side also fighting. Whenever one player strikes a blow, the other player also strikes back. They are matching each other strike for strike. And now Nearly does find those villagers. They require to relocate once again, finding another villager on this sword line. Ballistics crossbows. Oh, that one sneaks away. Soldier Boy will have ballistics as well. Nearly getting wheelbarrow. Gonna help his villagers escape. And also improve the economy. Can snipe a monk there? Or more villagers? Everything flees. Ooh, takes a bad engagement here. Old nice longswordsman clearing out the skirms. Snipes a monk. Res collected are so even. Wheelbarrow will help massively in fleeing with villagers and in the economy department. Soldier Boy is very behind in eco upgrade. Who is going to, after all of this back and forth, after all of this battle, they're both even in military and in economy. Each monk is 100 gold. Each one of these bold, fabulous men. Nearly adding is the first player to add a second DC. Better to lose a crossbow and give a conversion. These units, they can be easily converted and they won't have a very good time versus the crossbowmen. They do have... Oh, they were spotted. And Soldier Boy still doesn't have ballistics. We're fighting quite a literal uphill battle there. Nearly going to try to find some more units there. 11 to 11 in Cook AD. Oh, fighting back with the villagers there and sending some long swordsmen in. Finds a lot of villagers there. Now needs to retreat from the fortified church. Fighting a lot of villagers with those crossbows. I still have no idea who is going to win this. This is like the deciding match of this set. They are 1-1. After 30 minutes, I have no idea who is going to take this. Ooh, taking down some villagers, but you need to be careful about losing your standing army. That's dangerous, because then your opponent can launch a powerful counterattack, and that's a lot of villagers going down. 17 to 21. Nearly does have 2 TCs working though. We see Nearly adding some elite skirm upgrade now. Crossbows, you need numbers. Standing like 2 or 3 at a time, this is being a lot of very bad engagements here for Nearly. 15 kills on these crossbows. These crossbows are getting so much value. Nearly gained a lot of value there, but at the cost of like some 16, 17 crossbowmen. This is just 4 or 5 crossbowmen who have been having the engagements of their life. So that was... Here Nearly had a huge investment for medium return. This was medium return with no investment. And after all of those blows, there was again even. Nearly does have more TCs. But the eco bonus from the TCs will take some time to kick in. Nice macro there, and now has the Scorpion to clear the archers. This crossbowman Nearly doesn't have an army to deal with this, and he has no siege. If Nearly had like 10 more minutes in the game, these would really start snowballing. But the problem of adding PCs in games that are this even is that you're producing less military than your opponent. One thing that Nearly has is that the opponent doesn't know. Not knowing about those TCs is huge. He's trying to find damage and not finding the most valuable spots because he doesn't know about all of that eco sneak back there. Yeah, some skirms here would be enough for the defense. You need to make sure that these don't decimate you. Oof, that's a lot of damage. And these are not enough. Once again, Nearly's taking engagements with 2 units versus a bigger army. Where are his... His skirms are a little bit scattered everywhere. He needs to take better engagements. Oh, he is finding some damage here. Another fortified church is being built. The problem is, I think Soldier Boy Nearly is doing a better job at booming. And he's launching attacks with more units. Soldier Boy's attacks are being very efficient. And Nearly is in a position where his 3 TCs, now soon to be 4, still haven't paid off. Even though he's playing against 1 TC, he still hasn't started snowballing any eco lead. He's not in a position where he can take advantage. Okay, this is nice, taking down these units. And Soldier Boy is playing really well in terms of unit control and everything. To still be in a great position when playing 1 TC versus 4. And I love games that are like this. It starts very symmetrical in the Dark Age, and now we have a complete clash of styles. And Nearly's win condition right now is buying time. Time is on Nili's side. He should focus on keeping his units alive. He should focus on trying to take small armies, trying to find value. Oh, Mangonel is a great addition to help deal with the Scorpions. Just retreat your army. Taking down the market is a good target. The fortified churches, no, they get a free relic. They don't give the Georgians are the ones who give eco bonuses. Ooh, that's gonna be a free mango. That a rough blow for Nili. Can he do a... If this is another free mango for Soldier Boy, he'll be in a superb position. He is pushing here with the crossbows. And those are just 4 skirms. Once again, Nili doesn't have enough of a military presence to fight back these attacks, but that was a good engagement. Got some blows there out of the long swords. Got a free mangle there out of Nili. Soldier Boy was looking at the top. I was also looking at the top. I wouldn't judge. And if this keeps going for a little bit longer... Oh, nice engagement there out of the villagers. We are soon reaching the point where the villagers will start snowballing for Nili. Takes on only 1 scorpion though there. Like, they're still only 5 villager difference. This is a great game. This is one of the first times, like, sometimes people like T90 wants matches to cast. I wonder if this is a T90 worthy match. Maybe it needs more bada boom moments. Oh, a fortified. Like, who needs to drop castles when you can just drop fortified churches on your opponent's face? And Nili getting 5 TCs now. The Mongols should take down the fortified church. Focus the villagers. And we see the second DC that Soldier Boy adds. Oh, Soldier Boy has none on gold. I mean, but he has access to a lot of gold still. Hello, Dark Artist! We are watching a spectacular match where after 42 minutes of a lot of KD, with one player having 5 TCs while the other is just now adding the second, somehow this match is still even. What is there? Oh, an outpost. Oh, let's check back vision. This is Soldier Boy's vision. This is Nili's vision. Like, the casters like to play like casters. This is caster vision. He's like, where's my opponent's extra TCs? Oh, he has none. Oh. Oof. Huh? Oh, that's an opponent. I was like, I thought they were the two were from the same player. I was like, what? Friendly fire? His fortified church may crumble. And now Nili is doing the march of the mangoes. Ooh, Squires is going to be good. And we see an army of warrior priests is assembling. I do wonder if like a massive warrior priest can win the game. Mangonels can take out churches, right? I mean, they seem to be doing quite well at taking them down. If it was Garrison, Yeah, I think the range, like you need to repair it and things like the mango. It's also very different to have one mango versus 4. I wonder if those warrior priests can just arrive here, melt everything, and snowball. Till Neil is reaching a point where his eco will start mattering more and more, and he's on the way to Imperial Age. Soldier Boy is nowhere close to clicking imp and has no I left this in the Dark Age, it's fitting to another meta times comes through. Nice splits there from the Warrior Priest, but the Mangoes are still doing a great job. Another one goes down. Nice micro with the Mangoes. Another one goes down. And nearly reaching Imp, maybe the GG. Oh, Fervor! They are so fast now! Oh, and we have a raid from T90! Hello, hello! We are watching Melee versus Soldier Boy, and this is being a spectacular match. Welcome in, raiders, welcome, welcome. Neely's about to reach Imp. Soldier Boy is with the Armenians doing a lot of Warrior Priests, and I am casting T90 Titans League, but this is the Community Edition, this is the highest bracket of them all. We have Neely versus Soldier Boy. This is the final game of the set, I play all 3, and it's been quite a match. It's not often that we see a match that is at 48 minutes and I still have no idea who is going to win this. Neely just reached him, he's in a better position, but the Warrior Priests are running rampant and Neely has been having problems with having a strong standing army. Bracer is on the way, Chemistry is on the way. Dude has some crossbows. Who's T90? Oh, he's like the guy organizing... Not organizing, but he's the host of this event. Fellow caster. I met him at Red Bull Wololo. Great guy. Way taller than he looks in the streams. In the streams, he seems... average height. You meet him in real life, he's like 2 meters tall. That's the one striking thing about T90. You can say he's a great guy in terms of casting and height. Who is T90? This hurts to hear. No worries, it's a joke, it's a joke. But yeah, now the traps are in repair. Why did Neely say repair? What happened? Oh yeah, I like how you said, who is T90 using a T90 emote? I just noticed. Yeah, Neely saw the repairs, he knows it's the Imp TC. Neely should win this. Dropping a second castle now. How are we reaching a 1-hour game on Monocle? Like, this is one of the most aggressive maps being played by players at above 2k elo. This shouldn't be a map that lasts 51 minutes at the hands of these players. I'm... like... I was expecting Soldier Boy to win in quite a few points. Now I'm just expecting Neely to snowball the win. I don't know how well Warrior Priests scale up in the late game. We see Sanctity on the way. Plate mail armor. Yep. Neely's way ahead in pop. True. And look at the bank. Like, he's reaching 200 pop. Double pop. Elite Battle Elephant. Getting Elite Battle Elephant without building any elephant. That's the way. Eu conheci o teu canal até antes de last. Oh, I'm not going to reveal too many details about myself, but I do have a PhD in mechanical engineering. I can talk about that later. But we do have the battle elephants on the way. I mean, if your opponent is playing with a lot of monastery units, the monks could be a counter to the elephants. They are so fast. And they are quite, yeah, strength in numbers. Yeah, Malay do have access to free infantry, not free, just crash infantry with forced levi, but Neil is not going for it, going for the elephants. These are elite battle elephants. They should, technically, they should crush everything. Like, they have a lot of pop efficiency. And GG's called. Okay, okay. Hera mentioned people didn't like the AI banners at WoW. What are your thoughts on that? But let me just... Okay, I will answer that. First, let me congratulate the Neely. What a set. The Elephantos won. This was a great set. GG's called. Neely won 2-1 after losing the first game. And yeah, Neely first game was punished by a hole. Second game was very back and forth. Like this set, both players have a 3 elo gap between them. And you could see that in the gameplay. You could see how crazy close this was from start to finish. What an amazing set. Like, if you just join at the end of the final match because of the raid and everything, you missed out a lot of the action. This set by Neely was the first set that Neely played in T90 Titans League, and it was an incredible one. Let me go back to Captain's mode and update the draft here. We had Monocle going for Neely. And I was treating Neely, because he lost the first map in High Tide, as the underdog the whole way. I thought Neely was going to lose. And we did have Malay beating the Armenians. Oh, my VTuber avatar, Dark Artist, doesn't work when I'm using Capture Age. That's the sole reason why I don't have it on. Capture Age is the destroyer of computers. And now I have more matches to cast. Do not worry, do not worry. We just finished the set, but we are going to jump right into the next one. And I am casting players who have not been cast in T90 Titans League. That is my goal today. This is a community tournament. If you're viewing this, if you're watching this, you could have joined this tournament. Everyone can play in this tournament. It is like T90 Titans League, but instead of just having the pros, this is open to all elos. We have players at 200 elo, players at 2000 elo. We just saw some high-low matches, and now we're going to jump more into the mid-elo masters. This is Mokoto versus Morningwood. Mokoto is from Portugal, and Morningwood is someone who hasn't been cast yet. And we are going to start on slopes. That is the home map, and then moving either to Coast Arena or African River. That's a great choice of maps, especially I haven't cast maybe only once Coast Arena. Coast Arena is a superb map to see, but very hard to play. So a lot of players have been dodging it in a tournament. But for casters, we love to see Coast Arena. And in terms of seeds, Mokoto has Persians, Lithuanians, Goths, Italians, Japanese. All solid choices, in my opinion. Versus Saracens, Khitans, Burmese, who were random, Turks, and Britons. Britons! Ooh, I am a Briton enjoyer. It's the only disappointing thing about Red Bull Wololo is that we didn't see Hera playing Britons. But we'll start on slopes. And I would imagine, what would you go for in slope? Maybe... I would leave Persians for Coast Arena. I'm probably thinking Coast Arena. Could be Persians or Italians. Italians for Coast Arena, Persians for slope. Persians versus Saracens on slope. I've never cast Mokoto. I know he's Portuguese. That's all I know about Mokoto. Is that he's a Portuguese player. And let me go over to And let me, by the way, because I just got a follow, let me introduce myself to the lovely audience that we got from T90 now that we are transitioning between one set and the other. I am Nando, I'm a Portuguese streamer and VTuber who is trying to grow in the Age of Empires world. I follow a lot of T90 community stuff. I'm just doing my best and trying to improve as a caster. I've played Age of Empires, reached around 1600 elo, got coached by Hera in that journey, and then I started getting a bit frustrated with my elo evolution in the game, and I decided, oh, if I can't become the best player, I will become a caster. And I'm focusing really hard on improving my skills as a caster because it takes skill. Like, shout out to the T90 who rated me, because it takes skill to be a good caster, and I'm learning it match by match. Trying to become a better observer. So if you want to support me, you can just leave a follow. It is a great support. If not, I hope I can provide a good show for those of you who are around here. And let's hop on to the first match. And we have Japanese versus Titans. AOE2 VTuber caster. Sounds good to me. Thank you so much for the support. I changed the player colors because of color blindness and some weird stuff with the map. Ooh, I didn't do my due diligence. Let me just put on the player's elos on the screen. And this is not the obsidian bracket. Let me update my capture age information. This is the teen bracket. And we have Mokoto, who is sitting at 198 elo versus Morningwood sitting at 306 elo. So Mokoto definitely the underdog here today. Let me get back into capture age. And yeah, Mokoto is here in the blue color, in the southern side of slopes, commanding the Japanese. In the northern side, we have Morningwood leading the Titans. This is slopes, a very popular map in the community. You start kind of like in an open map, kind of like Arabia style. Can be easy to wall. Often these wood lines help quite a bit. And then you have some resources in the side. You have one pushable deer on either side, and then some fishing ships, some hares that you can mill. It is a balance of risk and reward. A lot of tournament maps, especially those designed for the high-low, have a lot of balanced choices. I like how everyone is building up Mokoto. I never cast Mokoto, I never saw Mokoto, and everyone is just building up the hype. That's the cool thing about community tournaments. In high-low tournaments, we see Hero, we see the Viper, we see Doubt, we see Tato, we see all of those legends, Leary. Here in the community, we also see players who start getting known by their own styles. You have Jolloping Chris, you have Maxim. I've never seen him play Japanese on open map. This is not his comfort zone. Yeah, and talking about the civs, Japanese do have cheaper economy buildings. And yeah, shout out to Creamst as well, fellow caster from T90 Community Cup. Thank you for dropping by. Shout out. I can literally shout out, wait. Shout out Creamst. Was, if I remember correctly, I could be mistaking my names. You were rated by Dave the other day as well. So we are growing up in the Age of Empires world. But yeah, previous game was 2k elo. There were no mistakes to point out. Here, so far, players with no idle TC time doing very solid openings. But there will be mistakes to point out. And as soon as I say that, Mokoto does get housed. No. Oh, at least doesn't lose a villager to a boar. And Dark Artist did redeem for me to say the name of that Welsh town. The Welsh town of this is a good play out of Morningwood to keep the scout here. Oh no, this is his own place. I was like, oh, he's scouting the opponent's fish. No, he's pushing in the deer. Not a lot of players at this elo do this. Some people find it too much of a frustration, of a distraction. that gives a slight advantage. If you're a professional player, like, you lose nothing from doing this. The game, quote-unquote, feels slow for you. At this elo, sometimes you can fumble the push. Sometimes you can have idle TC because of it. Oh, that was a generous reset. The fact that the deer didn't reset. And with the kittens on the other side, the kittens can be a tricky one. They have the pastures instead of farms, which makes it so that their economy feels more unique. You see a lot of build orders, you start having farms and things like that, and oh, I don't have farms, I have pastures. It already changes the vibe of the game. But one of the great advantages of kittens is that the melee attack upgrades are doubled. It's kind of like the Roman bonus, but for damage. And that's great for the scouts, that can be useful for the man-at-arms, and then it can be great for some later on transitions into step lancers. Japanese fasting attacking man-at-arms versus scout fasting moving man-at-arms, which do you prefer? I think mobility is better. I prefer Japanese over Celts because of the tech tree, because of options like CA, because of the cheaper buildings. So I prefer Japanese as a sieve. But if we are just comparing those two bonuses, I feel like faster moving speed for infantry is a more important bonus. If you switch that bonus around from the Celts to the Japanese, they would be broken, in my opinion. Milling the sides. These walls, I mean, this one is useless, but these added preemptively can save you a lot of hassle. Makoto clicked up later. That's more greedy, but there's no pressure on the way. Both of these players aren't adding any military for now. And if you're not fighting, the player who has more villagers is pulling ahead. That said, we do see a stable on the way, and if there's one thing that Japanese infantry is great at, is taking down stable units, and yeah, these are some of the walls of all time. Like, what? We've seen egg bases, like small bases. This is the smallest base I've ever seen. We did see some hits there from the Dark Age Scout versus the Feudal Age Scout. Now, Morningwood grabs the heal bonus. And Makoto wins that. That's a nice comfort. And you should palisade this. You just found your own weakness there. First blood to Makoto through. These are such tiny walls. And Makoto is gearing up to the castle age. Just needs the two buildings as well. We'd love to see a market. This, like, the main thing is that you go for all of this safety, and a lot of players at this elo, in terms of overall plan and strategy, take decisions that fight against themselves. Because on one hand, you're not playing for military, you're playing for a safe base. On the other hand, you have the villagers here, the scouts are there. The scouts haven't... Oh, will Makoto be lucky? No, he won't. Because this... Like, you fully walled, and then you have 5 exposed villagers. That defeats the purpose of your own walls. The villagers can fight back, because forging isn't in. If forging was in, those scouts would melt all villagers this way. 3 villagers go down. Still a rough blow. And that's the thing, if you want to play for ambition, for going to the sides... A little bit of a miss micro there. You need army. You don't need army if you're walling this. So I think Makoto trusted luck. This was a risk. And sometimes I do say, it's one of the lines I say a lot in this channel. Unpunished greed is pure reward. In a world where this isn't spotted, Makoto will be very happy, would be getting some extra food for free. and helping his Castle Age timing. Because it was spotted. Oh no. Oh no. The market will be denied. That's a disaster. The quick walls don't go. Forging is in. That delays Castle Age even further. Oh, and the villagers. No, the pathing. The pathing on the villagers. This is a disaster for Mokoto. So many things going well, and then so many things going wrong as well. And he doesn't have enough, he doesn't have stables, he doesn't have any wood. Like, Morning Wood didn't invest a lot into military, but his military pressure has paid off big time by now. Oh, delaying the market even further. The blacksmith will be added. The thing is, now Mokoto will reach Castle Age soon. But in such a bad position. He has no military production buildings. He has no solid economy. Oh, both of them are missing double BitX. I think that's the biggest mistake out of both of these players. Horse Collar or Domestication is situational. There are some builds where you can skip them. I think double BitX is unskippable. Either you are playing something super crazy, like a fast castle drop thingamajig. Yeah, if you play fast castle, but super fast castle, you can ignore double BitX. But that's a really fast castle timing. Most games you grab it, and in this game I feel like double BitX is justified and it has been ignored. And now it's on the way. Okay. So this is infantry. We see men at arms on the way. Yeah, the villagers. Yes. He's going long swords. Yes. I would prefer archers. Ooh, or CA. Ooh, more damage. There's those walls are very holy. And not in the sacred way, in the Swiss cheese kind of way. More villagers go. And the thing is, the more you are behind in villagers, the more it hurts to lose villagers. If you have like 60 villagers, losing 1 or 2 is nothing. Going back down to 28 villagers, that's a rough blow. At this economy, you cannot sustain villager production, you cannot sustain military production. Who's just played many times, right? Yeah! And siege. Okay, you do need Castle Age for the siege. But now, when you go for something like a fast castle, you are paying a price for a power spike. Your advantage is that you're first to Castle Age, and you can produce things that your opponent can't match. At the cost of having a worse economy. Here, Mokoto had the worst economy, but didn't gain any advantage from this. So, Morning Wood has the advantage just for having a stronger working economy. And hello, Henotura, welcome welcome in, Raiders. I'm casting T90 Titans League Community Edition. This is the Age of Empires tournament organized by and for the community with our lovely host T90. And we are watching some mid-elo players. These are players, this is your average player who is dedicated to the game. If you're not dedicated to the game, if you're casual, you wouldn't be playing at this level. Like if you're a campaign player, if you're playing for the first time. But if you enjoy Age of Empires and invested some time into it, some time can be 500 games, 1,000 games, you're not going pro, but you're passionate about the game, I feel like this is where a lot of players land at. The journey between 1100 and 1600. After 1600, the climb gets really difficult. And we see Titans now have the step lancers. They are walled in. They have no exit. I like it. My name is Henotura. My name is Dark Artist. The ram full with longswordsman. The goal is the town center. Oh, tower this side. But I feel like the attack will come too slow, too late. I think the step those are 7 Titan step lancers. What do they have? Oh, they just trade an upgrade. I thought they had some extra attack or something. They are going to snap the mango in no time. These are so many step lancers. They have iron casting now. Look at those doinks. Oh, they are in melee range. They shouldn't be, but they're still so strong. These aren't pikemen. They are Japanese infantry. Oh, and GG is just called. Not even GG is called. I think this was a little bit early, but I mean... Nah, it wasn't too early. Your economy is now exposed. Those step lancers will soon be over your economy. I think Mokoro had no window into this. GG, GG. Morningwood takes game number 1. I think this was the deciding of this game. There's usually one moment that decides the game. It was this decision fighting against this decision. It wasn't about speed. It wasn't about micro. It was about strategy decisions. And I think if you go for no military, this is a huge gamble. And the thing about gambles is that they can pay off, but they can also be punished. And here in this game number 1, Mokoro was punished for their gamble. Let's go back into into captain's mode and get a win into morning mode. Let's update the overlay. Had the Titans winning against the might of the Japanese, and I think the Japanese in this community tournament have been one of the most picked and played civs. We've been seeing a lot of Japanese in this tournament. I don't have the stats page up, but the stats are available, and I think Japanese are being very, very dominant. Let me see. Let me open up the next match, but before that, let me try to guess. I think Mokoto will go to Costa Arena. I think he will go... Italians or Persians? Italians. I think he will go Italians versus Turks on Costa Arena. That's my guess. Replays. Oh! Well, all my guesses are wrong because I guessed the wrong map. Because you don't go to the losing player's map. You go to the opponent's map. No, the losing player can pick the map, and Mokoto picked Morningwood's map. So this is African Rivers, and we have Goths versus Saracens. At least I got the Saracens right, just the map wrong. And Goths are a civ that is superb at laming. Oh, his house. Already some struggle with start. That's the thing about home maps. When you are playing in tournaments, you have a process of drafting or picking maps. It's not like playing in the ranked ladder in the arena. Like playing the ranked ladder with Arabian Null. And sometimes you are forced to play maps that you have no idea how to play them. If you didn't practice enough, you don't know how these maps are played. And this feels like Mokoto is outside of his comfort zone. Ooh, that's a horrible start. Mokoto. No! This is not the after nearly set. And Mokoto is Portuguese, so I want the Portuguese to win. After nearly set, this is not the set that I was expecting. This is what you do not see this happening with a Hera versus Viper. 1 minute 56-second match for Mokoto. This one will be one that stands out in the stats. Like, Morning Wood has 66 average APM here, just because the Dark Age is where when you are faster. Mokoto, you were the chosen one. No, I need to get back and update the draft again. It's my least favorite part of casting. It's updating. So, the plan of picking your opponents... Oh! No, this is Mokoto... No, I just updated the draft wrong. African River is the one. I just bamboozled myself. JRPGs, platformers, farming simulators. There's a lot of farms in Age of Empires. T90, who raided me before, is quite well known for his farming placement. Very aesthetically pleasing. T90 farms are quite a thing in this game. Let me go over now to match number 3. That's the thing about casting without spoilers, is that you have no idea if the set you're walking into is going to be a banger. I mean, the set could... we still have a match to go. And I didn't cast the Civs, but we do have the Britons on our hands. So welcome everyone to this Play All 3 set. This is not a best of 3. This is a tournament, and sometimes you can lose a set and then win by tiebreaker, and every single map counts. Map wins are more important than set wins in T90 Titans League, both the Community Edition and the Tournament Edition. Mokoto is 2-0. In some other formats, you could just, it's over, it's a play, it's a best of 3. Here, the final map matters. Mokoto winning this map can be the difference between him qualifying to the quarterfinals or being eliminated from the tourney. What happened? I really just alt-tapped for a second, heard the defeat. Mokoto got housed, then he lost the scout to the TC, then he lost the luminous villager to the enemy scout. And then he gave up because of that. And we have, on one side, Persians, and I think Persians are superb in a map like this. The faster working dogs, faster working DC, those two bonuses alone make them a beast, because they start snowballing faster. This is a game about snowballing, it's about getting your economy going, adding more and more elements. Oh, I'm in a tough spot, because Mokoto is Portuguese, Mokoto is the underdog, Mokoto is down 2-0, but Morningwood is playing Britons, my favorite civ of the game. So I'm in a tough spot because I want Mokoto to win, but I want the Britons to win.
Ready.
Mandarton. Oh, I did say, when I was in Red Bull Wololo last week, I was dressed as a Roman, so I did some salves, but I also say Mandarton to a lot of people. It was like, I went by someone in the hallway at the Royal Albert Hall, and it was just like, Mandarton? None of them added the dock yet. Let's see what their timings will look like. Oysters were a nice addition to the game. I like that now, even with the is it the shark? The whales. Now with the whales you can fish gold. I like that some changes in the game have sometimes been a bit controversial. There's a lot of changes, like adding gold options to the water, that I really enjoy. Especially because that change is just adding options. Yes, we'll give you gold. You can gold boom on water. And I like that because it's not a change that is forced upon you. you, as a map scripter now, as someone who creates tournament maps, you now have more options that you can use. You can be more creative. You can get gold on water. And I think adding more tools to the community is always a positive change. Like adding unbalanced what's the name of the Champy Warriors? I think that's their name. Is something that is just shoved down everyone's throat in the ranked ladder, and like before they got nerfed, there's nothing you can do about it. So that was a controversial one for good reason. Adding wheels to water maps as an option, for me, it's just purely positive. Oh, this map doesn't have them. This map has oysters. Sorry, I just reminded myself that whales existed. Sorry, Dark Artist. This map only has oysters, which are shore gold. You can mine them with fishing ships or with villagers. And Mokoto is first one to click to Feudal Age. In a closed map, you often want to delay your Feudal Age a little bit. Because Feudal Age gives you, quote-unquote, nothing. In a closed map, what matters is Castle Age, and sometimes delaying your Feudal Age makes you have a faster. But what are we seeing? I saw some new gunpowder barrels on Brazilian tournament map. Oh, Festival da Pólvora. Yes, I have been seeing quite a while. Oh, and I forgot to answer your question. The AI generated art, because we also see them in a lot of Age of Empires tournaments, I absolutely hate it. I really don't like the look of AI generated stuff. And a lot of artists, like, you're organizing a thousands of dollar event. A lot of cheap artists will do a much better work than AI generated art. I'm very much against any type of, like, I worked with AI, like, as an engineer for completely different purposes. Like, AI is a word that encompasses a whole load of different things and has a place in the field of technology. Art generative AI is not one that I support. That is, like, I don't regard AI as a whole. Like, I think there's many subdivisions, and generative art AI is one that I do not support, especially in uses like tournaments, like so many tournament logos and things like that. Artists are awesome, I agree. And we do see, while I was doing my rant on art, this is so risky. And he's indecisive. This shouldn't work. Oh, and the Briton already walling behind, that's a good answer. But I don't, even though that's the correct answer, I don't even think that's needed. Because, yeah, this is an overreaction, I agree. Because especially, this is not regular Arabia. Transport ship. Transport ship. That's, I was not expecting to see that. I was just about to say, this isn't regular Arabia, and water really helps your fast castle timing, but this isn't a fast castle. Oh, this is I like this. The transport, but there's a Hulk here. Oh, okay, the army can take down the Hulk, but still, that Hulk deals a lot of damage to these troops, and he sees the transport. Oh, this is the this is the best match of this set of these play all three. Go Mokoto! Another Hulk on the way. And okay, what's Mokoto's follow-up here? Oh, that one stopped chasing. That's big. The transport ship may... Oh, this drop would be fire. But now we see the villagers fighting back. Okay, we see literal fire now. No! Ah. And bada bing, bada boom, we saw a full transport ship going down, but like this match is so messy. I love this. The villagers have been cleared. And now the oh, and the fishing ships aren't being garrisoned. Okay, now they were. But still, that's a lot of damage. Oh, when that's... Oh, you can't fight that under the dog. Okay. First two matches were a little bit, but this one is being a good match. Regardless of who takes it, I'm enjoying this one really much. Very much. I'm even fumbling my words. Fire should counter the Hulk, but it needs to target it. Focusing on the villagers. You can take down the Hulk with a fire. It's the counter. It's the new rock, paper, scissors of water. Okay. Will we see? Oh, I mean, he has almost enough stone for a castle, but you're not in castle age, Mokoto. Is this a douche? Oh, Kelly counters Hulk. Sorry, you're absolutely like that artist. Sorry. All in douche. Let's go. It's deleted. Huh? Wait. Ah, no, he's just going more aggressive. Mokoto, let's go. The problem is, if this denied Castle Age, it would be amazing. I don't think this will deny Castle Age, and then your opponent has access to Siege and so many options. I like the tower as a follow-up. I like the tower as an answer. Yeah, in Arabia, I don't remember the last time I lost to a person douche. But as a caster, I love to see it. Mandarten?
Yay.
And now, Morningwood space is a mess. But Castle Age is in. And now I think the answer is undoubtedly a Siege Workshop. Yeah. If Mokoto had a market... Yeah, he could buy Castle Age himself, like buy 2 buildings. If this was a bit earlier and the TC went down while researching Castle Age, it would have been a different beast, but the Siege Workshop will make the Town Center obsolete in terms of a pressure unit. Yeah, he's repairing the TC now. We see Mangonel on the way. Oh. Oh, he's going to battle it down with villagers. That's a good call. Villagers have extra bonus versus buildings. The TC does crumble, but now he's going to see... I mean, villagers counter mangoes if they reach the melee. If they don't reach melee, then mangoes seriously counter villagers. You should send 2 villagers to the mango. What's the plan with these villagers? Oh, reboom on the outside. Ooh, don't go as a clump. Don't go in as a clump. Do not do this. Okay, that was not that bad. Oh, no stone for new TC, true. Yeah, and this is what you want to do. Mangoes are so expensive, don't forget that. And even repairing the mango costs, and now it's under the tower. This match isn't over. The conga line keeps the gate open. This is a great match. This is such a good match. Now the villagers can fight back. No! It's so hard to micro this.
Ready.
No, one archer. The biggest fear of all those villagers. Let's go!
Mandat.
Mango is down. Going for the opponent's gold. Ah. Yeah, douche. Okay, will he? He will do douche the other TC. Let's go. What's better than one douche, double douche? Let's go. Ah. This is a great one. This is a great match. If this goes up and gets garrisoned quickly, you can then, like, those villagers are in a horrible position. Go, Mokoto. Go, finish the TC. Oh, the villagers are retreating in the nick of time. You shouldn't fight back. You should just... And garrison? Yes. I'm so invested into this match right now. This is one of the best matches. I'm really invested into this one. There's even a tower here that can be cancelled. And happy TheNando! Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. We are casting a mid-elo masterpiece here. I love Age of Empires. Will he take down the siege workshop with villagers? What's the plan here? Yes, he will! That is the plan! If this was higher elo, I would just drop 4 gates and block the... Oh, no, 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 no. No. No, 4 villagers down. Lost a village. Okay, 1 villager notices it. Go, villager. Okay, now he needs to... Oh, but the tower? And there's another tower here. Micros the villager with 2 HP? No! And that's a lot of villagers that will be ejected. There isn't even fletching. He has enough stone to drop a castle, but he's not in castle age. And now more villagers will go down for morning wood. That was such a good play! That was amazing! Oh, but yeah, he can just delete it. This, and there's a tower there as well, like... This is... After Neely's set, I wasn't ready for another banger. This set started off as a miss. Now it's one of the best maps I've ever casted. I was in one of the previous matches, I wasn't sure, oh, should I forward this match to T90? If you're here, Arbase or anyone, T90 should cast this match. I feel like this one is T90 worthy. He cannot douche. Oh, because the TC is protected by the siege workshop. Taking out the market. Okay, that mango will be a very happy mango now. The micro. Arvase. This is the match 3 Mokoto versus Morningwood is on my recommended list for T90 to cast. We're in 30 minutes. Look at this. No. Look at the state of this game. And he's still producing villagers. If he had some market, Mokoto... The play here, for me... No! Ah, that was the game lost. I think if this sequence didn't happen... If this sequence of all of these villagers going around here, punching the market... If Mokoto saves these villagers, goes up... grabs a market and buys his way up to castle, I think he was still in the game, to be honest. I think after losing these villagers, no. After the big flattening right now, it was impossible. But he had such a good position with the towers everywhere, and Morningwood had such scrappy economy that I think Mokoto could still be in the game. And even drop a castle, reaching castle age. True, 2k res ahead. But also... Okay, also better KD. Lord Pasta, GG, very fun match. Yeah, this match was really good. It was 3-0 for Morningwood, but sometimes it isn't about winning. It is about it is about the stories. It is about becoming a legend. And Mokoto and Morningwood in this final match did become legends, in my opinion. Well played to both of them. What a set, what a set. And we had the Persians falling against the might of the Britons. At least the Britons won. Let me just ask one thing here real quick. Oh, I should update the title of the stream as well, because we are no longer casting nearly. But this was a really cool match. Nando backsiding with Britons. Exactly. I side with the winner. And I have another one prepared here for another player that has not been guessed yet. Let me load up the draft here. App draft. If draft, that's the cool thing about preparing beforehand, is that you can load up the draft ASAP, and we have Silk versus Saint. Ooh! And I am stretching because of the redeem. Silk went for the full random. Just didn't random the Thief band. Everything else was fully random. What a mad lad. And hello, Felon. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful night. We are casting quite the sets today. This is being a really, like, that's... I love casting T90 Titans League, and it's not only about the, of course, viewership and all helps and things like that, but it's also about how cool so many of the sets are. I do like to cast high elo players as well, but I think when we have this combo of lower elo players playing extremely difficult and complex maps, because these maps are harder than the ladder maps, it creates an amazing combo. And now let me just update the stream title and all of those things. We are going even lower in elo now. This is the slate bracket, where players are sitting at roughly 1050 elo. This is the elo you have when you sign up for the game. This is Saint. I'm just updating the overlay on the stream and things like that. Saint versus Steel. Everything's updated, so in terms of Silk's draft, it's hard to go over the strategy. It was fully randomized. Oh, you just lost the tournament game by 1.5 points, Felon. Oh, that's rough. I know that Portugal was playing today for the Go European Championship. 1.5 points loss is really rough. Nice. Yeah, and it was the Iberian duel. It was Portugal versus Spain. So we start on Stranded and we have Monocle and African River. All difficult maps. Like, some maps are a bit easier. I feel like these are all in the higher tier of difficulty. And Armenians, Japanese, Maya, Malians, Bulgarians. That's a scary draft. On the other side, we random Celts, we random Tatars, random Burgundians, Georgians, and Shu. Not the worst random. But I will hop right into the match because I already opened it. So I will not pretend, ooh, I don't know the draft. Let me pretend that I'm guessing. I open spoilers for myself. And here we are in this play all 3. Yeah, YouTube chat, sorry, I was just reading. YouTube chat is being a bit weird on stream. But I will fix that later. Here we are at Stranded. This is a map with a nomad start. We don't start with a TC. You need to build it, and the best position is always next to the wood and gold, so both players going for the correct placement. Saint started with a dock, and that's good in this map because you start with a fishing ship. If you add that dock right away, it means that your fishing ship will be able to work. Problem is, the fishing ship just gathered 15 food right before the dock was finished, so the fishing ship had nowhere to deliver, and now it's idle. The timing couldn't be worse. Okay, now it's working again. A dock for episode 3, Revenge of the Silk. And let me introduce the players before anything else. On the left side of Stranded, in the blue color, we have Saint playing as the Maya. In the right side, we have episode 3, Revenge of the Silk, playing as the Shu. These are 2 great archer civs. Yeah, I love, like, if you want to win my heart as a caster, include a Star Wars or a Lord of the Rings reference. I haven't cast, I know that's Gandalf and Legolas in the tournament and Bilbo Baggins. I haven't cast them. At least we have Revenge of the Silk here. And should have any water bonus? I don't think so. Yeah, they have the faster moving siege, cheaper archery range updates, and the lumberjacks, they have the reverse Portuguese bonus. Portuguese berries generate wood, Shu trees generate food. Nomad starts are tricky, water starts are also tricky. This map, because you can secure gold and wood in the TC, and you have food from the water, is one where it's hard to cause meaningful damage in the feudal age, but you can. But then in castle age, there's so many options. This is a good map for if you're the Shu. Add archers, add siege workshops, and try to take down your opponent's TCs. This map has no stone. And when I played on the first time in the tournament, I went nuts. I was like, where is the stone? I need some defensive castles. Sorry that I made this voice for you. But yes, the stone on this map is all single tiles. If you're a stone enjoyer, like I'm a stone walls or stone please or something, you won't be very happy with this map. There's some gold scattered around in this inner circle, and then the outer circle of trickles of stone. A lot of fish on the water, some dorados, some salmon. Is it all dorados and salmon? Man, the other day I had salmon with soy sauce. So good. Salmon is such a good fish. It's a bit fatty, but then soy sauce is great at cutting the fatness. So, salmon and soy sauce, amazing combo. You don't need anything else. I mean, some potatoes or something, just not to eat only fish. But it was quite the meal. Both players are doing their solid openings, a little bit of idle TC time. I won't be harsh on them for the idle TC time because this is a hybrid start. You're having to manage the water economy as well. I think they are both doing a great job for the elo that they are sitting. Maybe Silk is doing slightly better because he's already grabbing elephants. Dropping the lumber camp, that's important. In Nomad Starts, a lot of players forget that you need 2 buildings to age up. You have the dock, but then you need a lumber camp or a mill or something. And a lot of players just get reminded of that when they click up. With a Maya, overwhelming your opponent with eagles and archers could be an option. I wonder what these players are planning. Of course, this is the new water. So once we reach feudal, new water mechanics will come more and more into play. Okay, and mill there. That's another good option for the first building. The lumber camp is great because it gives you access to double BDX. It's not about the wood efficiency. Yes, that's important, but getting double BDX in feudal is very important. Both of these players will click quite late to Castle Age. And if you click to Feudal Age, and if you click late to Feudal Age, often just adapt and go fast castle. Since economy is quite clean. Another getting first barracks. That's the problem of having so many villagers on wood. Is it's going to delay the feudal age timing even more. Like both of these players are playing it super greedy, probably not intentionally. First player to feudal is Revenge of the Seal. That's gonna be a good advantage. She doesn't have a barracks yet, so probably fast castle. The mill here was a good play. We see that players are struggling a little bit with food. Now Saint also clicks Feudal Age. And he is missing some gold miners to go for Castle Age, because I don't, at this silo, I don't imagine we'll see a lot of Feudal Age action. I don't think we'll see a lot of archer raids or scout raids. I think both players will skip up to castle, maybe add 1 or 2 aggressive ships. So we may see a little bit of water battle, not a lot of land battle, and then in Castle Age, we'll see what they go for. Castle Age is the age of options. It's the age where you can add 2 or 3 DCs or 4. It's the age where you can go forward siege, go night raids. 2 and Maya are both good in... I mean, Maya won't go night raids, that's for sure. Market and blacksmith probably. Yeah, blacksmith on the way. Is mining gold. This will be a good solid Castle Age timing. Saint on the other side has the same kind of setup for a fast castle, but is definitely lacking the food. And we see an archery range. So these will be Mayan archers with the discounted archers. They are great unit. We sell some food and click up to castle. I would love to see siege. Will we see the... I just remembered that Shu have the freaking chariot unit. What's the name? Doesn't show up here, but they have the war... Oh, it's here. The war chariot. Is this a war chariot rush? This could be a war chariot rush. The villagers are going forward to drop the siege. Oh, and this is not my first time seeing a war chariot rush in this map. If it is one. And last time I saw one, it was a massive disaster. The player who went for the chariot rush was a really good player that lost that match spectacularly because of the chariot rush, if I remember the set correctly. We see some Hulk on Hulk action there. He's probably like, I have the villagers forward. Why didn't I add Why didn't I add, why did I go for it so soon? Let me get Castle Age. This is a good place to drop the Siege Workshop. Doesn't have the heal advantage, but it has a great wall here to work with. Does he not know where the opponent is? Oh, he misses. He doesn't know where the opponent is. Oh no! Oh no, that's what's happening! Like, no, he has to be that way. You saw it! He got Downwatch. Downwatch MVP tech. I think a legal scout there won't do much. These villagers... Oh, their entire existence is being idle. And now, oh, they are running into the archers. The setup was so good. And, like, things couldn't have gone worse. You had the villagers forward, you had a faster castle age timing. I mean, they aren't dead because... Oh, that's an overplay. What are they feeding these 1,000 kids? Trying to gate that, are you crazy? Getting fletching now at some skirms, but now these are like skirms counter archers, elite skirms counter crossbow, regular skirms don't, and hulks here are messing up the fishing economy. That's a rough blow for... I think he got flustered. I think he had a plan. I do think this was going to be a Siege Workshop rush, and the execution was off. He couldn't see his opponent on time. Like, just dropped the Siege Workshop, and then he was lacking wood. Probably flustered by the water pressure as well. Now he drops a defensive Siege Workshop, but the archers are already there. The crossbows. If he clicks a chariot right now, then we have confirmation that that was the intention from the start. Does chariots cost food? What do they cost? Oh, it doesn't say. And Saint is already adding second TC. Things are looking really rough for Red. Revenge of the Seal. And watching this, if he watches the stream, the rec, it's going to be so frustrated. That reminds me, I should have announced on the live stream channel that I'm casting their set now. Do that real quick. I forgot. Doing Saint versus... Oh, sorry for that delay. Just doing my job as a caster. I should have done this for the other set as well. Luckily there is a VOD. I was too excited. There's so many things to update. The outpost is going down. By the way, thank you for doing TTLC. Much appreciated. No, I'm the one who thanks TTLC and the community. Because, for example, if I'm covering Brazilian dynasties, which is a great event, I wouldn't have this much support. So it would be disingenuous of me to say that, oh, I'm doing this only for you guys. I am doing for all of the viewers who enjoy watching this, but I also am doing it for myself because it's a win-win relation. I do this for you, you appreciate it, you support me, then I do more of this. And I think I have made it very clear, especially with the previous two sets, this one is just getting warmed up, how much I enjoy this. That's also why this is self-serving. I watched you last year Dude, damn, thank you, thank you. I've... Ooh, nice siege play there. I have been one of the longest term casters in T90 community stuff. In the community tournaments, not community games. Like, there's a lot of community related stuff around T90 when it's community tourneys. There have been casters who have had more spikes in terms of performance. I've been slow and steady. I did fall off the game for a bit, and it is funny, now that the game is slowed down a little bit, I can talk about that history, because I stopped streaming Age of Empires for a bit. I thought I was getting quote-unquote tired of the game, and I just realized I was getting tired of the elo climb. Right now, I'm not doing ranked climb, and my passion for Age of Empires has never been bigger. I'm focusing way more on being a caster. And I enjoy the game more as a caster than as a player. I enjoy the game as a player as well. I wouldn't have played roughly 1,000 matches if I didn't enjoy it as a player. But I love casting Age of Empires. And we do see the Eagles are here, and Eagles will counter everything we've seen out of Silk. We'll counter the Siege, and we'll counter the Skirms, and we'll counter the Archers. Willow Legends. I mean, he does have a like, as a streamer, you need to think about the audience and sometimes also about yourself, because sometimes doing more of one thing can actually harm your content. He does have one form of low elo legends right now with his T90 uncle. I think T90 uncle right now is the spiritual successor to low elo legends. It's just low elo legends, but with a more cohesive narrative. And I think that's one of the reasons why so many people like... A lot of people who like low elo legends like T90 Uncle, and they don't realize that they're watching the same thing. Ooh. 1 for 1, you take those. You should repair the mangoes in case another one comes, but you have no answer to those eagles. That's the worrisome part here. And it's also 2 TCs versus 1, and Saint is winning on water. The thing about this map is the player pressuring, like the aggressor, is almost always uphill from the defender. It's the opposite of Quarry. So you do have a massive advantage of being the one on the attack. Like, this Mangonel looks very scary just because it's firing. It will be firing downhill. The thing with T90 Young is that it's so interesting to see someone of his age group enjoying and improving at the game. True. There is, like, me saying it's the successor to low elo legends is an oversimplification on my behalf. I agree with that. It's not only that. That is one part of it, but there's all these other elements, like the fact that I was not expecting the GG at this moment. I think it was when you are playing, you sometimes think, what is my route for victory? Maybe it was the score. Maybe he felt like he was, but take one massive battle. If you want to GG, that's my advice. And you have the Hail Mary unit, the Mangonel. Mangonels can flop hard, or they can be amazing. You have the Hail Mary unit, go for one battle. No caster, like we have an audience here. Maybe you're thinking, oh, I will look cool for the cameras if I just go for a battle and lose it all. No one will judge you for doing that. Go for the big bang. If you fail, the game was lost either way. If you win, you won a lost game. But I think if you have an army, do a last stand before GGing. Maybe it was the water pressure. Yeah, he didn't see it yet, but I think he saw it. Yeah, he saw it here. And this is when he wrote the GG. When he saw the eagles. And upgrades were on the way. Yeah, I understand the call, and I do think he was going to lose. I do think he was behind. But I was not prepared. My narrative mind was not prepared for the for the GG at that point. Oh, their positions are switched around here. And map 1 going for Saint. Yeah, exactly. Like, going back to the map, because I haven't loaded the next match yet. KD was 6-12. That was very little amount of battle. And episode 3, Revenge of the Silk, was the one winning in KD. He lost a little bit of eco because of the water, but he had massive mangonel fights here. Yeah, exactly. The mangoes, if there's one unit that can win a lost game, it's mangoes. They are the unit that can win matches that are doomed. And you have them on the field. Go for it. Go for the mango shot. Let's get back to captain's mode. Let me... And the player who random is the one who is losing. You hate to see it. Because sometimes when you random like T90 random some maps. Yeah, exactly. The thing about randoming is that even in mental, it is fun. And then you start losing and you're like, oh no, why did I random? Oh, I wanted that sieve. It's like, I usually play random, but I needed this or that. And the mental damage that you deal yourself for full randoming can be bigger than the mental damage that you deal your opponent for full randoming. Because it affects mental, things like this. And game number 2 should be in Monocle. And with the sieves at hand, I would go Kel. And Japanese are superb in Monocle. I think we're going to see Celts versus Japanese. I was wrong. I was wrong for both of them. Let me just change the colors. It is Burgundians versus Armenians. We just saw Armenians here. Armenians are good in this map. Burgundians for Revenge of the Silk. I think Burgundians are one of the best teams in the game in some maps. I don't think this is one of them. I think this is not a good map for the Burgundians. It's too scrappy. I think this would be better for the Celts. Oh, Flemish Militia, true. I forgot about the Flemish Militia. Flemish Militia are a superb unit. In Empire Wars that we just had in Red Bull Wololo, Burgundians were probably one of the 4 or 5 best civs. Burgundians are great, Byzantines are great, Koreans, of course, that goes without saying. Burgundians versus Vikings. Yeah! That's a great match. That's one of the best matches I've ever seen. We were like, you know when you see people like in a final of something like the Champions League, players, like viewers are hugging each other. That game of Burgundians versus Vikings, at the arena, we were just like, I don't care who wins anymore. We just witnessed a masterpiece. Everyone stood up, like standing ovation. And Flemish do get countered by Man-at-Arms. But I don't think it's a hard counter. And Flemish Militia are a cheap unit. I don't remember the exact cost, and I don't think I can check. But Flemish Militia are a good unit. But yeah, our minions should go flat out many times rush. We do see the meal here for the shorefish. You should go for the shorefish in monocle. There's still the boars together. How's the scouting looking? Do Flemish count as shock infantry? I have no idea. Sorry. I need to, when I say I need to become a better caster, one part of it is like controlling the camera, observing, like it's very different to be playing and to be casting. Another skill of a caster is, do you know when to comment on the match or when to tell the chicken story and things like that? That's an important skill. And the other one is game knowledge. I've improved massively in game knowledge over the years, in my opinion. If you watched my first streams, my game knowledge was way more lacking, but there are still things I need to improve on. And especially because the game is ever shifting. Like Burgundians and Armenians, these weren't here when I started playing this game. Yeah, the new civs. At least we don't have any Tupi or Mapuche or things like that. Those really put my game knowledge to the test. When I'm watching them play, I'm still like, we have 2 masses of units that are going in, and I have no idea which one will win. Even T90 doesn't know a lot of things after all these years. True. I mean, it's not my role as a caster to know everything. It's your role as the collective hive mind called chat. Chat is the one who has to know it all. I will put the blame on you. We see here 8 villagers on fish. Hey Nano, thank you for casting my game. I forgot to tag you. I do want to apologize. VOD will be up on Twitch and YouTube. Your final game was one of the coolest games I've ever seen. Oh, you were playing. Okay. Well, you have a nice voice and rhythm like Dave. Style is important for me as a listener, dude. Keep it up. Thank you. It's funny. I've been compared to Dave, to Mamb, and to Doubt. When I was more of a player and less of a caster, I was on Hera's stream as a guest, and people on Hera's stream were calling me the son of Doubt. Yeah, Mokoto, you were a hero. Your final match was amazing. And I think being called the son of Doubt is like the greatest compliment you can get in an Age of Empires career. Bonjour. And okay, let me focus on a match. You have 3 militia queued. No getting house for either player. I do prefer a lot of houses than lack of houses. A little bit far at wild boar, but that's okay. A lot of things in this silo come down to execution. This is the correct idea. This is how you should play this map. But how will the execution look like? And walling in a map like this can grant you a false sense of security. It will delay the unit's mobilities, and it's better to be walled than not walled, but only by a slight margin. The units, like the targets of the units are here. They aren't in your main base. And clearly, Revenge of the Silk wants fast castle. And Saint should punish that. Because this is greedy, and say it with me, unpunished greed is just reward. Dark Artist posing Mokoto question. And Mokoto says to me like, I don't know, I was just playing the game and and doing my thing. I don't like feudal. Fair. I love feudal. I want fast castles to be weaker again because they are kind of better now with the garrison of fishing ships. Feudal age is best age. The answer I expected. I really like hearing the thought. True, true, true. That's the cool thing when they have players pop up here, and these are now long swordsmen. These hurt. These melt villagers in no time. We just saw nearly suffer this. But Castle Age is on the way. And once Castle Age is in, you can add knights, you can add crossbows. I mean, as Burgundians, I would expect knights. You need to mitigate the damage you take. This is a good house. We see the stable here. Yeah, really going knights. Adding horse collar later. I like that for the fast castle build. And the thing is, behind this, Saint is super safe. And this is a map where having safe economy brings you a lot of advantages. Even if Saint doesn't take care of everything here, he's by himself a solid eco. The problem will be the knights. The knights can really raid around, cause a lot of damage. But this market will collapse. That's a loss of a defensive building, and that's a lot of exposed villagers. And that's a loss of a market. Markets are very good in these scrappy games to balance out the economy. The villagers are running. A house gets deleted. And GG's cold. I think there was still a possibility, but I do understand the GG. This GG is more warranted than the previous game. In my opinion, you would have night soon, but you're losing so many villagers. I mean, only 2 villagers went down. 2, 3. A lot of the villager difference is Castle Age research time, to be honest. More a lover than a fighter, it seems. Yeah, no one here is bad at the game. The one here, even though I'm 1600 elo, today I'm 1400 because I played some ranked matches and lost them all. But even though I'm 1600 elo, I'm the one who is the worst at the game here because I'm not registered in the cup. The only wrong way to play Age of Empires is not playing. There's no bad players. There's just bad castles. And Doughty is the one who builds them. Mokoro had a PhD in base destruction, not base building. True. But Monocle went for Saint. And we had the Burgundians. Wait. Here they are. Losing versus the Armenians. And now we only have African River left. Malians and Bulgarians are both great there. I think we are going to see Japanese versus Celts now. I prefer casters for TTLC to few casting this at the moment. There's quite a few casters. Addictive Me was casting. I don't know if he already ended. But like, even if there's not a lot right now, like exactly right now at the moment, there's been quite a lot of casters over the days for TTLC. Yeah, Silk went full random, and it is not paying off. Oh, I just heard a follow. Thank you, Lonnie, for the follow. Capitano Panade, Happy Diani, Gattucci, Hakimer, Guilherme, Flaws 89, In Silver, Osnad, TGD Run, Texander, Calvin. Thank you so much, all of you who followed me today. And this is probably the last map I'll be casting today. I'm loading up African River. Deranged. Post Malone. I think I saw you play or something. I recognize that name. It is a great name. Post Malone. Deranged. Yes. Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy deranged behavior here. And just because of that, I want to see Silk win. It is confirmed that Silk has lost this draft, but we can still go. He can still win a map. Last time I cast this map, it was a 2-minute match. Let's see if this one is a bit longer. I like fast matches, but 2 minutes is a bit too fast. Mokoto, I'm looking at you. That was quite the match. Oh, this color, let me get Revenge of the Silk back to red. This is a hard to play. Let's see which men at arms are better. I mean, in a heads up, Japanese men at arms are better. I just feel like in most matchups, Celts perform better. Because most matchups you are playing versus archers or things like that. But if it's men at arms versus men at arms, I agree that the Japanese win. Probably, I don't know if this is the correct order. I would say Romans are the best. If it's head-to-head, Romans number 1, followed by Japanese and maybe Vikings for one-on-one battles. I may be missing some bonus, but I think that should be around it. I think the Roman +1 armor is the best bonus of them all. Ooh, Scout runs away. Oh, even dances. Oh, causing a lot of idle TC time. What about Teuton? True, Teuton men at arms, they have bonus melee armor, I think. They are also good. Doesn't it start only in Castle Age, or do they have already from the Feudal Age? The Scout show off. I mean, Revenge of the Silk right now is our underdog. He's the chosen one. He was supposed to bring balance to the force. He would destroy the Silk, not join it. So if he can take the final match, it would be a great win. This map, by the way, is so tricky, so complicated. I think nowadays, if you want to play it like professionally, you should almost always add a dock because of the fishing ships being garrisonable before. Because this is so exposed, this is all hybrid terrain. I would see a lot of situations where this would be bad. Oh, and sorry, Eric, I know that the chat isn't showing up on screen, but YouTube is chatting. Any names, please? Yeah, Addictive Me. There's Dreams to us here as well. There's, I think, Robotic Pro also cast a few. There's Geology Wade, Dizzy, Addictive Me. Who else is casting? Zardos cast quite a bit of TTLC. Oh, they only get in Castle Age. Okay, okay. Because if they got armor in Feudal Age, that Teuton men at arms, I think we would see them way more. There's a lot of us. Yes, yes, Screams is here. There is the T90 Community Tournaments Discord, where you can check the live stream announcements of all the casters. You can use the command, it's in my title, !TTLC. I hope it's working. The other day it was bugged out. Oh, it worked. It worked. Imagine being raided by T90, and in that day you don't have the command that you are required by the rulebook to have to promote his tournament. Saint will be the first one to go up to feudal. I think Arbase tested my command on my first stream. He didn't test mine because, like, it's not my first rodeo. And I usually, so I've earned the trust of people, but that just makes it worse, because if it's not working, like, I have no excuses now. Are they both going fast castle? Could be. Saint is, I was about to say, Saint is not on gold, he is. Going fast castle in this map is bold, but no, this isn't fast castle. Oh, first, the timing is a bit off. First, you need to click up to feudal, because now he added all of these, so he likes the economy to go up to feudal age. And because he likes the economy to go up to feudal age, he cannot click Man at Arms upgrade. I've had that happen. Like, my first games ever going for militia, that happened to me. Started adding militia too soon, and then your economy for Dark Age gets off-balanced. He's heading straight towards the juiciest of targets. He has scouted it beforehand, he knows there's a lumber camp there, and those walls won't do nothing. And the correct answer here is to fight back with the villagers. Villagers do good versus militia. They do horrible versus men at arms. Yeah, that's the thing. They are kind of strong versus militia. Yeah, exactly. You start making militia after clicking. Yeah, and these are 5, and they are fast, and the fast helps with the micro and helps with the helps them find targets and engage. Problem is that the Japanese will be very strong. Is he upgrading 0? No, he also has 5. Ooh, not going for the defense, going for the counter attack. And those are going to be some very strong Japanese men at arms who are walking around, but I've never tried an infantry rush. It is fun to do once in a while. Nice reaction out of episode 3. Revenge of the Silk. Pulling away the villagers. Yeah, the most important thing is keep your villagers alive. Here, did all of the units... No. It's like, did all of them run under a TC? Going all in, adding the second barracks and men at arms is queued exactly as it should. Second barracks is very strange. I like... Okay, the main reason why I like second barracks a lot here is because sets aren't like your ladder game. Sets are a narrative. And Saint has been losing a lot due to lack of military. So if your strategy isn't working, pivot. And this is a big pivot, and I like that. This is the correct mindset for a set. If you're like, okay, I'm an eco player, I like going fast castle, fair. But if you're losing all matches with fast castle, do an 180. And we see here that so far, it is working, and this is a lot of men at arms. 9 already, more on the way. Keep that eco going and keep snowballing. Like that tower, what will that tower do against the might of 11 Gelt? 11 Gelt men at arms.
Kid?
Yeah, click the... I would love to just click the tower. Melt the tower first. Yes! Correct play. Melt the tower, it would be causing you trickle damage. Getting arson, I like that. Take the barracks. Take the barracks. If you take down the barracks, that's superb. Take the barracks. Don't go for the TC. Yes! Correct play, correct play. I want Silk to win one. And I think he's doing the right things. Taking down they are shredding everything. This is the correct mindset. You're losing to WoW, pivot, and go for craziness. Really liking this match number 3. Matches number 3 today have all been crazy. Barracks crumble. Now you can go find villagers. There's an archery range there. Walking under the TC, but there's no vills to garrison. And these are Kelt. Now they will just zoom versus everything. There's an archer. Oh, hello archer. Boom. I think archers is a good unit, but if you say it's too late to build archers, it's a little bit too late to do everything right now. I do know that you need a mess with the archers. How do you respond to this? You need to be careful. Save up those units. They are valuable. Yes. And GG's gold. Well played. Really enjoyed this for the what it meant. You are behind in a set. Go for crazy. Like, in a void, to barracks would be the wrong move. Games aren't played in a void. Games are played between two humans. They are played in the context of a set. With all the context in mind, I think these two barracks were really good play. You give me this wreck without any contest, you give me this print screen, I would say, maybe not the best call. Yeah, and meta terms right now are really strong. Way stronger than they've ever been. And GG. Well played. Let me just update the overlay here. Let me go over to Saints home map went killed. In terms of Steve's, we had Celts winning versus the Japanese. So, didn't I say that the Celts were better than the Japanese in terms of infantry bonuses and all? Caster knowledge, points at forehead. But that was it for today. I have enough energy to cast one more map, not one more set. And I think we got 3 great sets today. And a lot of crazy good games as well, like great maps. And let me see who is streaming. If there's anyone else streaming TTLC. Yeah, the Revenge of the Silk. Oh, there's... Oh, there's a lot of people I like who are streaming. Oh no! It's the opposite of... Like, sometimes it's like, oh, there's no one streaming. It's the opposite. Let me see. Which one of these? I'll send you over, like... I need to flip a coin. I can't decide between these two. Okay, I'll send you over to Dizzy. Someone who I've streamed with quite a bit. Fellow T90 Community Cup caster. Because there's a lot of people I like streaming, and they are streaming T90 Titans League. I'll send you over, and good night. Thank you to everyone who followed today. Thank you so much, T90, for the raid as well. And thank you for the players for playing these crazy sets. We got a lot of cool matches today, and that, like, as a caster, I do need to do my best, need to build up hype and everything. When the players do their jobs and give me a lot of superb matches, it makes my life way easier. So, thank you, and I hope everyone has a great week. Oh, and by the way, tomorrow, I will have a different stream. I'll be streaming once again at the same time. I won't be casting full sets. I'm using TTLC matches to coach. Tomorrow I'll be coaching. So I'll target players below 1300 elo. If you're not playing in the competition, you can still learn a thing or two from coaching. So tomorrow will be very educational here on the channel. If you want to check it out, same time. I'll be doing a lot of coaching, a lot of focusing on strategies, being more critical, being more on the point about timings and things like that. That was it for tonight. Thanks for everyone who joined. I hope to see you in the next one. Hope you had a great time. Yes, coaching. I'll try to catch that. Learn some AoE. Let's go, let's go. I'll start with the lower elos probably as an introductory thing. And yeah, hope you had a great time. Hope you have a great week ahead. Bye bye, everyone, and had a great one.